Not sure why it wasn't. Sometimes Streamlabs is like really dumb. And like if I disconnect my camera to film, if I disconnect it to film, it like glitches, which is really annoying. So, like it glitches when I reconnect it, even though it has the same settings. I don't know why. Like I actually have no clue. So, hi Krissee, what's up everybody? What's up? I did get a new chair. I got it at Costco yesterday. Cuz I was like, you know what? I want to play Fortnite tonight, but like gosh, that chair just, it hurts, guys. I've been like editing so much lately. It's just I couldn't withstand being a cheap ass anymore. Cuz that's the only reason I haven't gotten a chair. It's cuz I'm a cheap ass. I literally no sponsorship. I think I could get a sponsorship. I think we just need to wait a bit. I do believe I could get a sponsorship. Not on some cocky shit. I feel like someone would send me a chair. I'm cute. I could do a little photo shoot. I think it's just gonna take a minute. I just gotta be on the prowl. Like, I gotta be in these brands' comment sections like I'm like a thirsty guy, except I'm just wanting free products, not booty. I don't even think you guys understand that reference if you're not in social media. But basically, give me a second. I was trying to film... Wait, let me stay on topic. But basically, if you're a creator, to get brand deals, unless they come to you, usually it's just best to let them come to you. But typically, if you're someone like me who's not really in the mainstream, they're just kind of like on your unc's phone, but I still have followers. Like, I'm not gonna lie, the most people that follow me are the uncs. I appreciate the love, but bro, I just have like a lot of old men that follow me, which is okay. I'm thankful, okay? I'm thankful people even give a fuck anyways. But that being said, I'm not on the brand's like homepages. Like, I'm not in the mainstream. You get what I mean? Like, so what you have to do, if you're like me where you have reach, but it's just something kind of weird, you have to follow the brand and then make sure to interact with their posts, email them, sign up for their like influencer programs, and then maybe they'll say yes. And sometimes DM. But a lot of the time, they will just clock your shit and be like, okay, this bitch just like wants free things. We're not gonna send her stuff. But I actually would love to get sponsored by a chair company. Like, not on like some like fake shit. Like, imagine if Secret Lab sponsored me. Like, what do I have to do? I gotta start doing cosplays or something. Cause I've been wanting to do cosplays. But, I don't know. I guess I just haven't gotten into it. Maybe I should. Because I feel like if I tap into that industry, you're basically, like, in the gaming industry already. Because, like, the anime, gaming, you know, it's, like, kind of the same thing now. Like, if someone's a gamer, they've probably seen an anime and watch anime. Like, these days. You know? So, if I just start cosplaying, I feel like I could just, like, get a lot of gaming sponsorships. Or maybe I just need to, like, get more clout. I don't know. I feel like I have enough clout, though. Like, I think you would have to play games for a month straight in order to get on Secret Lab's radar. You think so? I don't even know how I would, like, get on their radar. Like, I don't know. On God, like, I would go and buy a Secret Labs chair, except I'm just, like, poor, so that's why I wanted to get sponsored by them. Isn't that the whole point of sponsorships? Like, you're too poor, so they give you it, and then you promote them? Isn't that what it is? So, I don't know, we'll see. We'll see. I think one thing I want to do, which is, like, kind of corny, is like, I don't know. I really don't know. I just, honestly, it will happen naturally, is what I know. Like, I don't want to force it. So, If I get sponsored by someone, I get sponsored by them. There's there's nothing I can do to ensure I'll get sponsored by someone. I could be like okay, I would not be the best gamer in the world. You would definitely get a sponsor for sure. But like I could be like a decent gamer and still not get sponsors. Like I don't really understand how it works, so yeah, and not everything's about sponsors. Who really cares? Like, at the end of the day, I just like getting free shit because then I don't have to spend money on shit and I can save money. Because I'm like one of those doomsday people. Not really, but like I'm always saving my money. Secret Labs is mostly geared towards people that game. You just have to have a bigger presence in gaming. Yeah, I think that's what it is. I'm trying to build up eventually, I'm trying to build up my second Instagram account to be more of just like random shit I like. And I'm just gonna, it's kind of my testing account. So I want to post like more like stream geared reels and like just like bullshit to there. Like the content might not be the best, but like honestly, like no short term, like, I mean, sorry, not short term. Short form content is really all that good unless you're like really take it seriously, but like most people don't. Like honestly, you can get away with just trying to make like weird niche like relatable things, and then like maybe some people will like it, maybe some people won't. So that's kind of what I do. I meant to say short form content. So like TikTok, the short form content is like stuff like TikTok, YouTube Shorts, even Facebook has it now. I don't know what it's called on Facebook. Also, I'm not sure what else there is, honestly. But there's like other things. Oh yeah, like Reels. There's like other ones, but like that's all I can think of like for now. That's like the big four. They're called Reels on Facebook too. That's kind of funny. Also, sorry guys, don't cancel me. I'm literally I'm adding my freaking thing here. I had to add a new source to my just chatting, so that if someone subscribes or does all the BS, that you guys can see. I don't know where my sub goal is at. Oh, it like completely disappeared. Bro, what? Oh my gosh. I love when Streamlabs makes my shit disappear. Like, I can't even, like, my sub goal is, like, just, like, not on the screen anymore. Wait, maybe it's because I'm stupid. Wait, let me see. Oh, that was actually my bad. I forgot to move my stupid thing down. Okay, there we go. It's not glitching. That was just me being an airhead. Seems like the verge of a mental crisis? What? What is? Me? Hell no. I'm doing the best I have in a minute, I'm not gonna lie. Your highlights are so perfect, I cannot imagine how long it takes. Are you talking about my hair highlights or like the highlights on my YouTube? Because they both take a long time, I'm not gonna lie, but I think you're talking about my YouTube highlights just using my common sense. But they do take a while, but do you guys want to know my meta? Do you guys want to know how I do it? Mr. Jims, if you're just gonna come in here and be a negative Nancy, I'm sorry. I'm gonna mute you. I'm so sorry. Like, if you don't like me, you can leave. You don't have to like me. You don't gotta like me. But don't be coming here with that, I'm a pick me. Like, what? Take a joke? How about you take this fucking ban hammer, bro? Like, suck my dick. Literally, bro. Like, if someone's gonna come in here and be annoying, like, you don't have to glaze me, you don't have to gobble my nuts, But if you're gonna come here and just be negative, especially with us having such a small chat, I'm sorry. Like, I'm gonna mute you or block you. It's not on some, like, annoying shit. It's just, this ain't an Instagram comment section. Like, I'm here real time. Like, I'm a real person. Don't be a dickhead. Like, if I say something wrong, feel free to say that. That's okay to call me out on some shit. But if I'm literally just breathing here and you're breathing down my neck on some dumb shit, guys, fuck no. But I know that's not y'all. I'm just saying, that's just annoying, guys. Like, I'm not gonna have this up in my, like, my stream. Like, I barely get paid for this. I'm not gonna take that shit, okay? Dr. Burr, thank you for the follow. Thank you. Thank you, Dud. My hair, yeah, my hair highlights, they do take a while. Honestly, I'm about to get a haircut, but, like, on the 19th I am. Which, ooh, I literally have therapy that day. Like, she was like, oh, I have one at 10 a.m. or 1 p.m. And I'm like, ooh, hopefully it won't take too long. Because, like, oh my gosh, what if I do therapy and get my hair done at the same time? Yeah, that'd be messed up. One time, I didn't do therapy for, like, 4 months. And then deadass, I, like, vented to my hair lady. Not on some, like, trauma dumping type beat. But, like, I was just talking about how I was feeling. I was just talking about life. And I felt so bad. I tipped her, like, $30 or $40. Like, I was like, which, that's pretty much how I tip usually. Like, I tip, like, I don't even know how much you're supposed to really tip when it comes to, like, hair stuff. I'm just, like, I usually just go to, like, $30. But, like, I don't really know. Don't cancel me for that, because I really don't know, like, how much you're supposed to do. I didn't even know when I became an adult you're supposed to tip the hair people. I thought you're only supposed to tip them if they, like, really do your shit good. So, I don't know. I didn't know that was a thing. Like, when I was 18, I never knew. I knew, like, when you got to eat, you got to tip the people, duh. But I didn't know you tip hair people. Like, I didn't know that. I don't know why. I'm the same way. I feel generous tipping 10 to 15 bucks. No, it's weird, but I do it. Because, like, that's their whole day. Like, them doing my hair. They have, like, 2 other clients. Like, oh, my gosh, girl. I'm going to give you some fucking money? Like, what? Usually you tip 20%. That's enough? Okay, yeah. That's what I thought. Also, Tutor J, thank you for the follow. Yeah. Also, I thought the rule was 15. Because I tip, like, 15 usually. But, like, I also don't go to, like, fancy places. I go to, like shit-ass restaurants. Like, I can't lie. Like, but maybe I should start tipping 20. Oh, gosh. Maybe I should start tipping 20. That's not good. I'm from the Netherlands. Over here, we only tip for good service, like, as a kindness, so I wouldn't know, haha. Yeah, it's definitely different here in the United States, and it definitely used to be like that probably back in the day. I mean, I don't know. I'm just speaking out of my butt. I'm gonna be honest. But most of the things I say, I'm speaking out of my butt, and I don't know what I'm talking about. But I feel like it used to be like that, but then over time, it just became like a thing you have to do. I don't even know. How did it even develop into that? Like, how did it develop into that? Because now it's like, oh, if you don't tip them, they don't make a living. And then I'm like, well, that's horrible. Why would you make it up to the people to if you should eat or not? It should be up to the person who hires them to make sure they're getting paid enough. Because my hamburger is $20. You're telling me you can't pay your workers a livable wage? Okay. Like, okay. Because the thing is, people are always like, oh, stuff gets more sustainable, the prices are gonna go up. The prices are already up. Like, the prices are already high for, like, shit that's, like, crap. Like, the prices are up and the quality is down. Has anybody realized that? That's what I don't like about stuff these days. Like, things these days. Especially clothing. Why is the price damn near the same as it was, like, 50 years ago? Not 50 years ago. Like, 20 years ago. But the quality has, like, died. Like, have you been to a mall? first of all, malls are dying too. But like, it's like the same price, but it's like still, it's like, now it's like worse. Like the materials are worse, everything's worse, but, and like no one's getting paid? Like what? That makes no sense. That's what I don't understand. Quality is down for like the last 5 years. No, yeah, for sure. For sure. Capitalism. I mean, I don't know. This isn't like some anti-capitalism tirade. I don't want to be like on some political shit because I don't really know shit about shit. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of just be in my own bubble because that stuff be overwhelming me. In my area, I haven't noticed any fast food places going down in quality. Thought that's just my experience, though. No. You know, do you know what shrinkflation is? Does anybody in the chat know what shrinkflation is? Shrinkflation. Do you know what it is? That has been happening. Shrinkflation has been happening, you guys. So shrinkflation is basically where the price of the product is the same, but then the quantity of it has diminished. So say your bottle of sriracha was 400 milliliters and $7. And then you go to the store, it's $7 still. But now it's 300 milliliters of like fucking sriracha. I don't know if that's like how it's fucking, oh, maybe it's ounces. I think milliliters has to be like water, right? Well, milliliters, liters. Guys, I'm not like the best with like describing things especially accurately with like the measurements, okay? I'm actually like really bad for that, and there's like so many different versions. So, do you get what I mean? Like, so like that's definitely a thing. And I have, like, if you pay attention, if you look up the shrinkflations, especially like on Reddit, which honestly I don't recommend it because it's kind of depressing because it's like, why am I getting 3 chips in my party size like little Doritos bag, like, you know, the ones that are this big? Oh, it's bad. It's real bad. But I'm picking up what you're putting down. Yeah. The brown cyanide. Did I say your name right? Also, welcome. First timer. But that's definitely a thing, chat. What places in your area have you noticed shrinkflation? Honestly, I'm going to be real. I haven't noticed it, but that's because I literally don't notice. Like, I'm not the type of person to like check the milk, like the how much is in it usually. Like, I'm not like, oh, this bag of cheese is 1 pound. I know it's 1 pound. Like, I'm just like, okay, I'm going to grab the bag of cheese because, like, who the fuck does that? But it's definitely a thing that happens. I think shrinkflation is bad now. Wait till the U.S. I don't even know. I don't want to have any expectations of what's to come when the presidency switches, because honestly, I was going to feel pretty anxious either way with who was going to be president. So, but the thing with Kamala is like, my mindset was kind of like, well, like, she can't be worse than Biden. Like, she's just going to be like the same or maybe better. Like, I really couldn't see it getting worse. But with, like, Trump, I was also like, he's just really unpredictable to me. Like, he just, like, seems like a very unpredictable guy. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, because, like, the whole January 6th thing, I don't know much about how that came to be, if that was just a bunch of QAnon people or, like, what. But, like, if that was on some power trip shit, bro, that's kind of scary. Because people literally overthrew the White House. Like, bro. But I think that's more of like a weird like echo chamber problem than anything. Like that just seems like an echo chamber problem that could happen to any side. But still, like, I guess I was just worried about bro being on a power trip a little bit because I don't know. But that's just my opinion of it. But as for now, I'm not trying to freak out because There's no reason to, because there's nothing we can do about it. Which is kind of fucked up to say, but there's nothing we can do about it now. You know, there's nothing we can do about it. All we can do is make sure we're fucking doing good and save your money, invest your money so that your money doesn't lose its value. Make sure to have a high yield savings account if you have any money laying around in your bank account. So if inflation does get worse, hopefully that will combat it just a little bit. But also make sure you are investing your money as well. That's my advice, because I don't know what's to come and I am worried, but like I try not to keep expectations of stuff as best as I can, like, because maybe it will be fine. I don't know. That's just how I think, though. I feel like I'm not trying to get like canceled for that, because like I guess I'm just kind of I try to look on the good side of things person. Companies decide the cost. Yeah. Investing on what? Oh, well, that depends on you. But for me, I just invest in retirement and then the S&P, like just like a S&P 500. But you have to kind of pick which S&P 500 you want. That's like up to you. But like I'm a long-term investor. I'm not like, I don't have the time, or I don't have the emotions either, like sit there and watch the fucking stock market like it's like a fucking like car crash every day. I could not do that. I don't know how people do that. If you enjoy doing that, yeah, you're a soldier. You're a soldier. I'm not like a big finances person, but I'm just like I understand that shit hits the fan in life, and that you need to make sure you're not blowing all your money. But also, it's gotten to a point where I don't spend any money, and I'm kind of a stingy prick with my money, to where I'm like, okay, I need to start like trying to spend more money. But it's honestly so hard for me. Like I realize sometimes I'm like more comfortable spending money on other people than myself. Like, I don't know why. Like, I just don't like spending money on myself. Like, I haven't gotten my hair cut, even though I literally see my ends look like shit. And because I'm like, well, like, I should, like, save my money. But then I'm like, girl, like, what the fuck you mean you're not gonna get your fucking hair cut because you want to save money? Save money for what? For what? Like, I'm just, like, like, I think it's because my mom, when I was growing up, she was always like, oh, we have no money. We have that, like... And we had money. It's just she was giving me all this anxiety about it. So I guess I just grew up with that anxiety. That's kind of bad. S&P and precious metals. How do you invest in precious metals? Waste, not want to. Is that what I said? My bad. I don't even honestly remember what I said, lame Lando. I can make interest, but I don't have for compounding. It's like gambling with everything you have. Wait, is compounding like what I was talking about, or is that something else? I don't understand what you're saying, Sweet Pumpkin. I don't know. I think... Good night. Thank you for reading. Thanks, stud. Have a good night. These times, not for saving money, but having some aside would be good. Yeah, I agree. Cyber? Sorry, I almost said Cypher. That's not your name. No, I agree. Using the money you made from investing, then reinvesting it. Oh my gosh, that'd be like a constant investing loophole. I really don't know like too much about investing though. Like I'm very still surface level, lukewarm. Like I'm not gonna lie. I'm like the person who's gone to the gym like maybe like 5 times is is my analogy for my grasp on finances. Like, I know, like, oh, if you do this, you'll get a six-pack. But I don't have a six-pack. But I might in the future. So that's kind of how I feel. Venzo, what's up? Welcome. Also, sorry the chat's not on the screen right now. I just realized that, guys. I'm sorry stream is, like, kind of a mess today. Eventually, like, when I go live these days, I'm gonna be, like, a smooth operator. I'm gonna be, like, good about everything. But for now, I'm, like, so messy. And I'm not talking about the soccer player. I've said that joke so many times, and it's, like, the most unfunniest shit ever. But I can't stop myself from making that joke. To clarify about January 6th, Trump was angry that Biden stole the election and wanted his followers to take back the power they lost. Did he actually say that? I literally don't even know what happened on January 6th. Because, like, people are like, well, he never said that. But then I'm like, well, he never said not to. I don't know. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. The January 6th was, like, one of the main reasons I didn't vote for Trump. Like, because I was like, wait, what the fuck? Like, that should not be happening. But anyways, I'm kind of over talking about politics because I'm not gonna lie, I don't know much about politics either. Like, I'm still not that good about it. Like, my research is still, like, I guess I would rate it like a 5. My research. I was on call with coworkers when that happened, and we got 0 work done, lol. Oh, I imagine. No, that was really weird. Like, just that whole thing was so weird. Like, cause, like, has that ever happened before? Like, I don't remember if people said that happened before. That's just, like, crazy. I mean, I'm not really gonna debate if someone's, like, a R-worder, because I literally don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, has he gone to court and been proved of that? I don't fucking know. But honestly, like, with most powerful people, they probably have done some fucking horrible shit. So, like, most rich, powerful people, even the ones you agree with, the nice ones you think are, they're probably not. They're probably doing some weird shit behind the fucking curtains, guys. Like, that's what, like, that's the thing, too, because on the other side, I really didn't like Kamala that much either, because I was like, girl, why is Oprah pushing you so hard? Like, didn't she buy all that land in Hawaii after all the fucking horrible fires? What about all the native people in Hawaii that, like, can't afford land, and then their land gets, like, fucking burnt down? Like, like, I know it's not her job to give a fuck about it, but it does, like, question, like, most rich people just care about, like, their things, which is kind of crazy. Because it's, like, you care about just, like, stuff. Like, there's really people that only care about, like, material things and, like, not other people. And you don't have to be super rich to think like that. I'm pretty sure a lot of people think like that. Not just, like, billionaires. Or, like, people with a lot of money. I don't really know. Like, Itmar, where are you? Itmar, what country are you from? Were you from Iran, or is that somebody else that I know? I, like, always get people's, like, countries mixed up. Israel. That's another thing. I don't understand anything that's going on, like, in the Middle East. I just, like, and I don't understand anything that's happening in, like, Ukraine. Outside of, like, for both of them, like, Instagram infographics. Because, like, I guess that's where people get their news now, if you think about it, is their phone. Which I guess is better than, like, it's better than, like, the newspaper, which is, like, gonna be biased. But like at the same time, it's also up to the algorithm and robots and then whoever owns the platform, like what you're seeing, which I also don't like as well. Cause like, girl. Also, I really don't trust the social media algorithm whatsoever because it's literally primed. And I'm talking in terms of like the effect social media has on your brain. This doesn't really have to be about politics because, like, I don't really look at politics on social media, I'm not going to lie, because it's kind of just like a cesspool of despair and hopelessness, and that's not really something I want to look at. But I'm talking in terms of like social media's effect on your mental health. I feel like I don't really trust like social media or the algorithms because it's literally primed to make sure you spend as much of your time on it as possible. And I know it's weird me saying this as somebody that posts on social media, but like, I mean, what am I going to do? Like what? So a lot of it is like the algorithm knows what's going to keep you on there. So it just shows you like the most extreme stuff. It shows you stuff that annoys you, and then it will show you something that you enjoy right after. It's really weird, like the psychology behind social media. And once you notice it, it kind of never feels the same. It's kind of when you figure out like your favorite brand of clothing like uses child labor or something. You're kind of just like, okay. Like most people will probably still buy it, but like in the back of their head they're like, that's kind of fucked up. Or like it's kind of like figuring out that like something you really like eating is like really fucking bad for you. Like really fucking bad for you. Like you're still gonna eat it. This is a better analogy than the last one because like really like child labor, that's kind of fucked up. But like honestly, that is kind of the truth. Like people have iPhones, but most if not all iPhones are made with like fucking like forced labor, I think, or something. And I think Tesla's batteries are mined with slave labor, or at least they were. I don't know the updates on that if it's changed, but like parts of the battery are mined with slave labor. I don't think the entirety of the battery is, but it's just kind of like once you kind of realize social media is just like this like weird mind game, like weird mind control. It's not really like mind control, that's kind of very dramatic, but it is just like it's just showing you all the shit you really like, so you just like waste a bunch of time. Because like you're really not learning anything on social media, because if you were learning stuff, you'd remember it. If you scroll today, do you really remember everything you watched while you were scrolling? You probably don't. So if you think about it, that's kind of just like wasted time. Like you could have been like learning a new skill, you could have gone outside for a walk, you could have like, I don't know, done something. But the thing is, we all still do it, which is really weird. Like I still go on my phone. So I don't know. Am I the only one who's just like extra about this shit? Because I feel like I'm really extra about this. The social media all lies. Only someone that lives here can actually understand the situation. Trust your bro, Chris. Yeah, I don't really understand much of anything. I try not to think about those problems because I know that my mind is not prepared for that, and thinking about it only makes worse without providing a solution. Yeah, that's very much how I feel about a lot of things. I want to time travel so I could fit in more. You shouldn't want to have to fit in. It's a very normal thing to want, but I don't know. I guess I just have that mindset because I never, like, growing up, I never really fit in. So, like, I always had, like, a fear once I got older. Like, growing up, I mean, like grade school, and then, like, pretty much, like, when I was a kid, I was, like, bullied a lot. So, like, elementary school, right? And then middle school was actually kind of decent for me because I had already learned that I didn't want to be bullied by the time I got to middle school. Like, I already had body image issues. I already kind of fixed that because I, like, ate less and then, like, got skinnier. And I learned how to dress good, like my peers who had more money, by doing a lot of research on clothing. And then I pretty much didn't get bullied at all in middle school, which is great, but I was super depressed. But I still, in the back of my head, even though I fit in to, like, I guess, my society and the view lens of a middle schooler in 2017, I fit in then, I still was, like, in the back of my head, I was still, like, scared of people judging me and not fitting in. And that kind of carried with me for the rest of my life until I got older. I guess maybe like the past year or so. Now I don't really mind if I fit in or not. Like, if it happens, it happens. But at the end of the day, fitting in is just a byproduct of whatever the time is at the time and whatever's in fashion then. And the thing is, people are so inconsistent with what they want and desire that it's like, why would you even want to fit into that? Because if you were born like 50 years back or whatever, you probably would have fit in then. So, I don't know if you guys could really understand what I was trying to say there, because I was kind of just like off the head, but that's kind of how I felt about like fitting in as a kid. Like, it really traumatized me. I'm not gonna lie. I use traumatized lightly. It like lightly traumatized me, because traumatized is like, that's a pretty fucking heavy word. But it did leave a little bit of a hole in my soul, not fitting in, not feeling like I fit in. That kind of sucked. But now, like, I don't know. I guess childhood really does shape you, which is kind of crazy, because it's just like what? It's just like such a short time in your life. But it really can make or break the rest of your life depending on how you deal with it. And I guess you could say that for a lot of things. What was your last time getting bullied, everyone? Yeah, everybody, when was the last time you were bullied? And the thing is, once you get older, you kind of realize why people do things, and you kind of understand the psychology behind it. Like, a lot of people that don't like you, it's really usually not something you can even do anything about. Like, some people probably don't like me because of how my voice, or like something like that, or how I look, or the things I say, or like whatever. Like, the things I say is something I did, but like stuff like you really can't control, a lot of people will just come at you for shit like that, or like stuff you can't control in the moment. And sometimes people don't even really mean stuff offensively, and that's something I like to keep in the back of my head, that like most people kind of just say what's ever on their mind, even if it's really rude and they don't care, or they're not even aware it's rude. Public schools also bully. I remember when I was in junior high, my classmates made one of my teachers cry. Yeah, kids are really mean. Like, some kids are like really like fucking mean. I don't know. I think that's definitely a more common thing now, is like kids being crazy in school. I don't know if it's social media, if it's what. I think it's a mix of things. I think it's like parents don't have time and energy. I know, like, oh, you can make time. Most people are fucking lazy and like don't make time for anything that they actually need to do. So like, no, most people aren't gonna fucking make time. But like, yeah, so most parents don't even like spend time with their fucking kids because they have to fucking work. People, like, you have to, like, both parents pretty much have to have a job if you don't want to be like in fucking poverty, or like at least trying not to be. And then also there's social media. Like, so what is social media priming kids' brains? To just constantly want fucking dopamine. What do you get in school? You do not get fucking dopamine in school. Like, the only time I felt happy in school is when, like, maybe I did good on a test. But the only reason I was happy was because I actually fucking studied and somehow pass the test. But the thing is, like, kids are going to be more disruptive now because they're constantly just priming their brain, especially if they're on their phone all the time, just to be like constantly fucking stimulated. That's literally what being on your phone is. It's just constantly stimulating your brain. That's what it is. And it doesn't even have to be entertaining stimulus. It's just like, I don't know. It's like subconsciously, like, being on your phone is like just like stimulating for the brain. So I don't know, maybe that causes kids to fucking be annoying. Like, and also there's also the fact of like kids are just fucking annoying. Like, no matter what, kids are gonna be fucking annoying. So then there's that. And some kids are mean because they're fucking abused and like shit, or they're just like weird. Public school teachers get it the worst, I'm sure, especially the substitutes. Oh my gosh, I remember I was so annoying in school. But like, honestly, I was just fucking bored. Like, I would just be fucking bored in class, and I would just be talking because, like, what else am I gonna do in class? It's fucking boring. Like, oh my gosh. And sometimes, like, I always felt like sometimes the teachers would just pick on me just because I'm a girl. That's literally how I felt. And that's probably not true. It's probably because I was being fucking loud and annoying. Because I'm really fucking loud and I don't stop talking. But I thought, like, in the back of my head, I'm like, oh, they're only picking on me for talking because I'm a girl. So I'll just be annoying. I don't know. I really like being... sometimes I really enjoy being annoying to a degree to where it's not disruptive. But it's like... I like being, like, a cheeky amount of annoying, you know? I find it entertaining. I also like cracking jokes. And I guess I would do that in class. I also like interrupting people and being really annoying. I was pretty fucking obnoxious in school, I'm not gonna lie. And, like, you really could not get me to shut up because that was the most enjoyable part about class to me, was saying shit nobody gave a fuck about. I guess yapping. That was my favorite part about class, was just talking. So, some people might find that annoying, but like, hey, it helped me get through school, and I did well in my classes to the best of my abilities. So, I'm very much one of the, like, I used to be one of those people in class who never talked, and then that developed into somebody who wouldn't ever shut the fuck up in class. So... my Spanish teacher embarrassed me bad one time. What did they do? For me, second grade, like, a whole class was on me, ruining my stuff, talking till I smashed 2 kids' face on the floor and throw a couple tables. Since then, people left me alone. Bro went demon mode in second grade. Some of the substitutes were cool. Some of them let us do whatever we wanted as long as we didn't attract attention from someone outside the classroom. That's not bad. Yap stream. I'm literally such a yapper. It's so bad. Did anything embarrassing ever happen to you in school? Yes, for fucking sure. Let me think. One time, this was in 3rd grade. I don't remember my 3rd grade teacher's name. It started with a P. I don't know. But we were taking a test. I literally remember the color of the test's paper. It was like a green paper. And it was completely silent in the class because, like, during test time, you needed to, like, shut up or whatever. And I remember... Fuck this... Sorry. And I remember I was in class. I was taking my test. Pretend this is my desk. I was taking my test. My pencil. It fucking dropped. So I went to bend down. And then I just fucking let out the biggest fart of my life. I didn't even know I had to fart. Because I was like a 3rd grader. I don't even think my subconscious was developed yet. I just let out the biggest fart of my life. And everybody heard it. And everybody knew it was me because I bent over to get a pencil. So yeah, that was the most embarrassing moment from school that I can ever remember. And I remembered it because I just felt, like, I literally felt in that moment that I would rather accept death. Like, I would rather in that moment just be knocked out and die than have to experience that embarrassment. That's how bad it was. Like, that's how bad it is. Like, that's true embarrassment. Because it's nothing of, like, a product of, like, oh, like, it's just, like, because some things are just bound to be embarrassing or weird or, like, cringe. Like, I'm pretty aware of stuff like that. Like, when I post on social media, I really hate posting on social media. Like, I actually hate it. Like, I actually think it's the most, like, cringe, narcissistic thing I could ever do is, like, posting online and expecting people to care about what comes out of my mouth. I don't know why. It always strikes, like, a cringe bone in me. Because I know at the end of the day, like, I don't really, like, I'm just doing this because, like, I know some people are probably gonna fuck with it, but, like, I know how cringe and annoying it is. Like, I'm so aware of, like, how cringe and annoying, like, most things are that I do. Even though it's probably not that deep, like, most people just, like, probably see my video and they're like, oh, cute girl, she's talking about something. I don't really care what she's talking about. I'm gonna like the video. That's usually what it is. Or maybe someone, I don't really know how much people think I'm funny. Most people, I feel like my looks carry. I don't know. But, yeah, I don't know. I find posting really cringy, but I do it anyways. Because number one, it's my job. Number two, like, I mostly want to do YouTube. That's actually been my long-term goal, but I know that's going to take a long time to build up. Because honestly, I'm not even sure of what I want to do on YouTube. So, and I feel like that takes a lot longer to figure out than what you want to post on TikTok. Because you can just, like, fucking shake your cheeks on TikTok and get 1 million followers if you do it consistently. So, YouTube is a lot harder. I mean, you could do that, but it might take a little longer. Anyways. Yeah, but most things are really embarrassing. Like, honestly, like, talking to people is embarrassing to me. When I wear an outfit that's, like, really bold, I get embarrassed. But, like, I'm gonna do it anyways because I like dressing really bold. I don't know why. I think it's because I just like... I guess I kind of like it in a way, like how weird it is. I kind of like being kind of weird, even though, like, it's probably not even that weird. I don't even know why. Oh, I don't know why I do things that make me feel embarrassed, but I think it's because I just get embarrassed from, like, anything, honestly. Not embarrassed. Maybe a little more anxious, but, like, isn't anxious and embarrassment kind of the same feeling? I kind of feel both. I don't need followers. I need millions of money. I think we all do. What's up, Cobweb Boy? Hello. That story will definitely not stay on the internet forever. I don't even care. All the stuff I post on the internet is forever. I'm having flashbacks of all my embarrassing moments. Honestly, I don't even remember my embarrassing moments anymore. I just, like... now I only, like, remember the stuff where I, like, really fucked up. Like, that's pretty much all I remember now. Like, if I do something weird or embarrassing... Actually, I just remembered one embarrassing moment. Okay. This is bad. So one time, I was at the gym. And I was squatting. And leading up to this, the whole day, I'd only eaten about 800 calories. Now, if you don't understand calories, you probably do because people are insufferable about it these days. But basically, someone my height and weight, with how much I work out, you gotta eat 2,000 calories a day. So if I only ate 800 calories that day, and probably the last day, and the last day, and the last day, so, like, for, like, a week I had about, like, 800 to 1,000 calories, you're gonna be kind of tired. You're gonna be kind of lightheaded. You're gonna be kind of drowsy. You're gonna be kind of sleepy. So I was squatting, right? I was, like, squatting, and it wasn't even heavy. It was, like, 25, okay? I squatted, and I held it at the bottom for a while. And I was just so out of breath And then when I went to go back up, I felt myself getting lightheaded. And then it all went gray. And then the whole bar fell back with me. The whole bar. It was the weirdest sensation I ever felt in my life. It almost felt like if you were on a roller coaster, but like, then you just get like karate chopped in the back of your neck. But like really soft, because somehow I kind of landed fine. I think it's because I landed on like my back and elbows, like my lower shoulder blades and elbows first. But the sensation of falling back, I literally fell back like a plank. Like, I felt it in slow motion. It was like it was so weird. Like, I never felt that stupid in my life. But I felt so embarrassed because the people around me saw it. That's why I felt embarrassed, because people saw it. Yeah, and the guy next to me, he saw it, and he was like, he came over to me, of course, and he was like, oh my gosh, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. I just, going a little too heavy. And then I literally just fucking re-racked the weight, put the weight away, and I went and did another workout. I was like, okay, that's enough squatting. Or maybe I kept squatting. I really don't remember, but I imagine that's what I would have done. So, that was pretty bad. And, bro, that guy, yeah, it was probably an iron deficiency from being malnourished. You're probably right, Chubbs. That guy came up to me at the gym like a year later, like a year and a half later, and he was like, oh my gosh, like, hey, and I was like, hey, yeah. He's like, how you doing? He's just like trying to be a nice guy. Like, I don't know what it is with people with like, I don't know, some people are just like fucking nice, like for no reason. Like, people just like to know what people are doing. So I guess he's just one of those people, and I was like introverted as fuck. I like, don't want to talk. I was like, oh yeah, I'm doing good. I go to the gym, and then like I don't know how to carry a conversation. I can't even carry a Fortnite match. I can't even carry a conversation. Like, what am I doing in life? So of course the conversation just like fizzles out. And I think this is literally why I don't have friends, guys, because I can't carry a conversation for the life of me. Like it's like talking to like a really beautiful brick wall is what it probably feels like to talk to me. Like, it's like, but like, why does she have no emotions, or is there anything in there? That's really how it feels to talk to me. Because like, holy fuck. That's pretty much like every interaction, man or woman. Because I wasn't just being like, because it's a man. I don't care. First of all, because I'm like that with women too. Because one time this girl around my age came up to me at the gym, and she like, I don't know, she asked me if I was doing something. And then she was like, oh, by the way, I like your eyeliner. And I think I literally was so embarrassed. Like, I was so embarrassed, like someone could perceive me. Like, I don't know if this is a feeling anybody else has, like when you're perceived, like people acknowledge your existence. I think it's because when I was growing up, people just like didn't acknowledge I existed sometimes. So I just got used to that feeling. And then once people started to acknowledge me, it felt embarrassing. Because when people would acknowledge me before, it was always for like, oh, bitch, you're doing this wrong. Or bitch, like, what the fuck? Or like, just like negative things. Like, so now every time I would be acknowledged, I would have this like underlying fear of like, oh, what? I know this makes no sense to anybody but me, but I'm going to talk about it anyways. But anyways, I literally just said like, yeah. And like smiled. Holy fuck. It was really bad. Like, I couldn't have been like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. You know, I just like did it today. Haha, I'm not that good. Like, I could just like pulled some shit out my ass. Because I realized what half of interacting is. It's just a bunch of bullshit. It's just a bunch of bullshit. And like, I understand why it's bullshit. Like, I don't know. People are just weird. But like, what's the thing I never understood about socializing? Is like, why do we do all this bullshit that like makes no sense, but it makes sense, but it's really just a bunch of bullshit. Like say, I'm gonna give you an example. What's a good example that would make sense for people? Let me think of that first. Like, we aren't blunt, I guess. I feel like I'm more of a person that's like, if stuff was more blunt, with communication. It would make much more sense to me personally, but I know that's not how people work, and everybody's communications and how they communicate is different. But to me, this is how I think things would make more sense, is if people were just honest about their intentions and what they want. But like the thing is, people aren't like that, because like duh, like people like are just like not like that. Like some people are good people, some people are bad people, like everybody's different. But I would love if the world was just like, I don't know, just like honest and upfront, but like everything's like bullshit. Like a lot of communicating is just like making shit up. Like, say if I wanted to talk about my day with somebody, I'm not going to talk about how shit my day was. Because why would I want, like most of the time, if you catch me on a bad day, I'll tell you how shit my day was. Most of the time, I'm not going to tell you my day's shit. Okay, wait. Let me go back. If like my pet died or something, and somebody asked me, how was your day today? Also, first of all, I learned how was your day doesn't even mean how was your day. I don't know how I never understood that as an American. Like, I understood it, but then I thought about it too hard. And then I was like, well, what do you mean, how was my day? You don't want to know how my day is. Which is like, duh. Don't go around telling people how your day is when they ask you how your day is, which makes no sense. Because that would always annoy me when I worked at the job. I would be like, how's your day so far? Because I had to. It was part of the script. And then some old guy would be like, oh, honestly, my day's been fucking crap. Like, like, tell me about it. I work at this place for $15 an hour. I know, my day's crap too. But then I just stay there like, oh my god, that sucks. I bet your day was so shit. And it's probably going to be shittier because we're fucking an hour behind in the kitchen. And you're not going to get your food for a very long time. It's literally how I felt on the inside. But I don't even know what my point in this is. I can't even make this thought coherent. Because it's kind of hard to explain. Because you kind of have to think how I think, which is like, I question like everything, and then it makes me overthink everything, and then it just confuses me about everything. So I think I'm just applying that to, I guess, the topic of people and how to be a people person and how to be friendly, but how to still be authentic and not like too fake. It's literally such a headache. I literally don't even know how to explain like this topic because it's so stupid. I'd say something provocative. What? It's so stupid. Apples to oranges, basically. LMAO, not too fake. That's literally what it is, though. Like, you can't be too much yourself. At least I can't. I can't be too much of myself, but I can't be, like, too much of not myself. Because that's the truth, though. Like, you really think, like, most people will never know, like, the true, blunt, annoying, fucking insufferable, but also really cool, very epic side of me. Because, like, there's a yin and yang to everything. Like, there is a yin and yang to everything. Literally. Like, I don't even, like, know much about yin and yang, but, like, on God, that, like, apply that shit, it is everything. Like, in terms of, like, if someone has a six-pack and, like, I don't know, or it's, like, a trend goblin, and you, like, look at their physique, and you're like, whoa, I really want to fucking look like that. There's always a yin and yang to that. They probably have, like, crippling body dysmorphia. They probably are gonna get a heart attack by 40, blah, blah, blah. Or maybe they're not. Maybe, instead of being super rich, they're super ripped. And, like, the guy who's super rich is super fat because he has to work all day and has no time to work out and is just like too tired to work out. Like, so there's like a trade-off for everything. Do you guys kind of get what I mean? You could apply that to really anything in life. Like, I don't even really know how to explain this that well. I would have to actually sit down and think very, very hard on how to make this understandable. Because I have a lot of things I think about, but I don't know how to explain them in a way that's digestible and kind of makes sense for people. It's like, I think, basically, I think too much in my head, and it makes sense to me, but the hard part is making it make sense to other people. That is the story of my life, honestly. we all go through hard times, so I don't think it's bad to share those moments when you're going through something difficult. It's difficult being a Debbie Downer and always complaining. Yeah, I try my best not to like complain as best as I can. But honestly, not to label myself or like whatever, but growing up, I really always just, I don't know why. I always had like such a negative subconscious mind in a way. And I kind of realized that as I got older, is that holy, this is holding me back. Like, I can't be like this every day. It's literally like, ew, that reference is so bad. I was about to say it's literally like Princess Celestia and then like her evil sister from My Little Pony. But I mean, like, it's literally like that's the two worlds. I can either be Princess Celestia or I could be her stupid emo sister who like is like trapped in the moon because she's so fucking annoying. So literally you have to like, I had to switch my mindset to be more like positive. And even like, it's something I suffer with every day. Like, I don't want to say suffer, I just talk really dramatic. Okay, sorry. Like, oh my god, Krissee, you can't say suffer. No, I suffer. So today I was sitting on the couch and I was like, I'd already gotten ready for the gym and I was literally like, I'm so tired, I don't want to train legs. That's what I'm thinking in my head. I'm not saying this out loud. I'm thinking it in my head, but I'm not meaning to think it. I'm just thinking it. I don't know, why am I thinking it? And that's kind of what I realized, like, wait. And then I thought about it. Why am I telling myself in my mind, but like, I don't mean to? Why is like the baseline narrative, I don't want to go to the gym, I don't want to train legs. So then I just kind of like sneak in like, oh, I definitely want to go to the gym. Training legs is going to give me so much energy. It's going to be nice to get out the house. Like, just like stupid bullshit like that. And that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of life is just like a lot of lying. It's like a lot of delusion. Like, you really do have to be delusional in life. Like, but you can't be too delusional. That's the thing. That's why I think people always say everything in moderation. Because, like, if you're too delusional, then you might actually turn crazy. Because you have to be realistically delusional. Let me rephrase that. Like, I can't just be like, yes, I'm shaped like Kim K. My waist on thinner. My ass is super fat. I'm super skinny. Like, all this shit. Like, I'm just like, I try not to actually focus on my body at all. I don't know why I brought that up. But, like, gotta be realistic. Gotta be like, oh, like, instead of saying that, if I'm like, I'm feeling shit about myself, I'm not gonna hype myself up with just like complete absolute lies. I would think of like, oh, like my body, I'm able to go outside and walk, I'm able to do yoga or like, I don't know, swim. Like, I just try to think of like the positives that are true and realistic, but it's still a weird way of like delusion. I don't really know if that makes sense. But, like, that's kind of how I motivate myself in a way that doesn't just, like, make me crazy, delusional, and, like, weird. Because I feel like some people, they take that narrative and then just decide to amp up their ego to absolute hell. And then it's, like, that's not really that healthy either. Because, like, you should be realistic about who you actually are. Even if that's something you're wanting to change. You can't just, like, build up this big ego because then you're putting this weird pressure on yourself to be something you're not. At all. Like, you can make steps towards that. But, like, it's kind of hard to explain. Because, honestly, I don't even really understand how to explain ego these days. Because I still have, like, a horrible ego. I'm not gonna lie. And you need an ego. Like, humans need egos. Which is really weird. Honestly, I think, like, not on some weird shit. I think, like, if you ponder existence too much, it will trip you out. Like, because, really think about it, like, why the fuck, like, I think that's something that I really did more as a child. And then once I got older, I learned just really not to question things. But, like, really, like, what the fuck even is all this bullshit, really? Like, what the fuck is all this bullshit? Like, there is all this bullshit happening, but, like, why? Like, really, why? I don't even know how to elaborate on that, honestly. Because I just don't understand shit, but I overthink everything in life. I once met a child with a liver disease who was on a waiting list for a transplant, and I just think about this person whenever I think my problems feel too much. Yeah, that's one way of humbling yourself, I guess. But I try not to think like that, because then it's like, well, what if you were that person? What if shit did hit the fan? Then what? Like, are you just gonna make excuses for yourself to just, like, stay there? Not to say, like, oh, if you have fucking liver disease waiting for a transplant. But, I don't know, I think hope and being as hopeful as you can, but like, that goes back to delusion, because isn't hope in and of itself, like, a little bit of a delusion in a way? Isn't everything a delusion? Okay, I don't know how to explain, like, my thought process on this, because it's so weird, honestly. I can't even explain it, because I don't want to say something offensive or weird, because it's mostly offensive and weird. But, like, I try to think in terms of, this is the most broad blanket way I could talk about it. I try to just live in the present as much as I can. But it's so hard because I have to plan everything for myself. That's the fucking hardest part of my life, which my life is not hard. That's also something I try to remind myself. I try to be thankful. That's another thing that really helps me in life, is just being thankful. Like today, I was kind of stressed out about some, like, work stuff, and I was also like, oh, I have to stream today, which, like, it's not hard work, but I'm somebody with that little thing called ADHD, and that's not an excuse for anything. Don't use your mental disabilities or whatever as an excuse. Like, I also have anxiety and probably depression, but I just ignore that and try not to label myself as that, okay. But I have ADHD, right? So my brain is different. Like, my brain is wired a little different than, like, a neurotypical person, right? I'm not saying I'm, like, some special fucking butter. I'm not the shiniest tool in the toolbox, I guess. But I'm still a pretty good tool. But basically, it's hard for me to stay disciplined. But did you know, people with ADHD, the part of your brain, I don't know what it is, because most of this is just, it's stuff I've researched, but it's not stuff I could really remember the terms of, because, like I said, everything I say on my stream, I'm talking this out my butthole. If you're trying to ask me what studies I have, I'm gonna link you to, like, a fucking YouTube video. That's how lukewarm I am with everything. But, the part of your brain, okay, for ADHD people, that forms, like, keeps the habits is activated. But the thing is, it's just a little hard to get the habits there, because it takes about, I want to say, like, 15 days to a month for a habit to be instilled. And also, habits can be lost, and habits can be gained. So, what was I even talking about when it came to this? Also, thank you, Edmar, for my hair, saying it looks good. I washed it today. It's kind of frizzy, but, like, honestly, it's because I have, like, wavy hair. I almost said curly. Oh my gosh, the curly hair community would come for my neck for saying that. I have, like, I don't even think I can claim wavy. I just don't have pin straight hair. I just don't have, like, keratin treatment hair, so it gets a little frizzy, but I kind of like it. I don't know. I did my bangs, though. I, like, filmed a bit. But honestly, I don't really remember what I was talking about, guys. Fuck. Something about ADHD. I'm really not trying to be quirky right now, because that's the cringest thing ever, is when people are like, oh my god, my ADHD. And, like, bitch, you didn't get a lobotomy. You, like, what? Sometimes I just forget what I'm talking about, because I be talking too much, and it takes, like, a lot of brain power to think of stuff and how to say it. For me. At least. For me. Oh, I think I was talking about, I think the zodiac signs are out of control. Mercury might have fell back into Gatorade. Are you trolling me right now? I'm not an astrology person, Sweet Pumpkin, but I'm not gonna shit on you if you are. Because that's also annoying thing. But, like, once I made this astrology joke, like, on my story. I think it was like, I think I was being really ironic. I really loved ironic humor in high school. Like, I guess I loved feeling like a locale sometimes. Like, sometimes that's something I like. I think this is the thing a lot of girls like to do. At least I do, or used to. I don't do this anymore. Sometimes on stream I will. Sometimes I like to act dumber than I am. Like, especially in school, it was fun. I don't know why it was fun. I think it's maybe because, like, in movies, like, the bitches act stupid, so maybe I just, like, picked that up as a kid. I don't fucking know why. I don't need to know the reason why behind this. There's really no reason why. I don't know. I found it enjoyable to trick people into thinking I actually thought what I said was true and acting stupid. I don't know how to give an example of this. Like, I would ask my friend, like, a question I knew the answer to. But, like, it wasn't to a point where it was, like, so dumb. And they probably knew it, too. But I don't know why. I just liked acting kind of stupid. Be more ratchet? What does that even mean? What's up, Eric Ryan? Welcome. Yeah, I don't remember what I was talking about ADHD-wise. I think I was talking about how it's, like, hard to stay motivated for me. But yeah, it is hard for me to stay motivated. But I don't know if that's my ADHD or just, like, how I am or, like, what. But, like, the thing I do to combat it is, like, I just try to be positive and live in the present and plan things as best as I can while not overthinking about stuff. Also, trying not to be a perfectionist, because I think that's the biggest thing that holds me back in life, is trying to be a perfectionist and trying to make things perfect. I don't know why, because I don't even, like, really believe in the idea of perfectionism, or that's not something I really want to label myself as, but I always realize, my whole life, I held myself to such unrealistic, unattainable, like, annoying ass expectations of myself. Like, I would be like, oh, yeah, like, I look good, but, like, there's, like, a tiny bit of fat on my stomach. Like, I don't know why. Okay, that's, like, a really niche example. Or it'd be like, oh, like, yeah, my grades are good, but, like, I failed that test, like, a month ago. Okay, like, what? Like, I don't know why I think like that. Like, it's really a negative way to think. But I don't really think like that anymore, honestly. I try not to think too much about anything these days, because I'm an overthinking master, okay? Like, I'm like, if you're somebody like me who has a lot of time on their hands, because my job is pretty fucking easy, and I have a lot of free time. That might change one day, though, because, first of all, I probably might get a job, and then, like, a part-time job, and then also I might start going back to school. Might take a couple classes, fuck around. Might go back to the community college. Just for some funsies, but for now, I have a lot of time on my hands, and that's really bad if you're someone who can waste a lot of time easily, which is me. So I have to plan my days, but also not plan too much to where I get stressed, and not plan too much to where it's like stuff that's literally impossible to all do in one day. That's kind of like the bane of my existence, is forcing myself to go do stupid shit with all my time, which is such a privileged thing to be able to even worry about. Honestly. Like, it really is. And that's why, like, that's kind of helped me get over my anxiety, is, like, I shouldn't feel anxiety at all, because, honestly, I'm fine. Like, there's nothing happening right now, so why should I feel anxious? That's literally how I trick myself into being happy. It was kind of weird. Think about college, yeah, do college in Sweden, we'll be mates. Ooh, Sweden would be cool. I keep talking about, like, the Swedish, like, mountainside, or, like, I don't even know, like, I'm off some, like, Instagram back in, like, 2018 type beat, because why, like, where are the little Swedish hillside villages? Why does it look so perfect? Sweden makes me feel like there is a simulation, because I'm like, yep, that looks perfect. Okay. Because, like, have you ever seen, I'm literally about to pull up a picture of this Swedish mountainside village. That's what I just got the weirdest Google notification. Okay. No, I need, like, the rural mountainside villages. Like, that rural. The rural, like, not like a city. Let me look at that. Like this. Let me... Oh, wait. Sorry, guys. Wait. My little camera went away. Let me add it. I had to, restart all my stream stuff. Of course. Which sucks. So, when I switch my little screens, I gotta fix that tonight. But look at this, guys. Let's just, like, move the chat right here, whatever. Like, what? What is this? What is that? That's beautiful. Why does this grandma look photoshopped in this picture? She looks photoshopped in. That's kind of funny. Okay, this looks saturated to the gods, but this looks nice. Like, look at, that's literally a Minecraft village. If that's not a, that, I know you guys can't see it because my big head is in the way. Give me a second. How do I move this? Sorry, first time streaming. Okay. That literally looks like a Minecraft village. Like, you're telling me that's not a Minecraft village, guys? What the heck? That's crazy. That's crazy. Crazy, crazy. Wait, what did that even say? What causes heart to ache? What causes my heart to ache? What causes my heart to ache? That's such a heavy ass question to ask somebody. You really trying to get deep with me, chat. Okay, let me put my thing back here. I need to make sure I'm in multi-stream. Okay, wait. I'm gonna pull up this whole chat because I'm like losing track of like who's asking me what. Okay, what? You'll be one blondie of them. I'm like barely blonde. I'm honestly more like yellow. I'm like Crayola, yellow crayon, blonde. My stuff is like so brassy. It's actually not that bad because I literally just washed it right now. So like as the purple shampoo fades, my hair gets more yellow. Heart aches, aging. That makes your heart ache is aging. Like physically your heart's aching because you're aging and your heart's getting older. I guess one thing that makes my heart ache is when I see people are stuck, but I know I can't help them. Like, I know it's not something I should take on because it's just not something that's sustainable to even try to fix or to even, like, it's something where it's like unrealistic amounts of trying to fix somebody. I can't even really give context to this. I guess it's like when someone, it's kind of like if your friend, this is like a situation I've never been in, okay? But like it's the only analogy I can give is if your friend's in an abusive relationship. Like, it's abusive, because the thing about abusive relationships, it's not like you're getting beat 24/7 or like being like verbally abused 24/7, whatever type of abuse it is. There's good parts of the relationship that people have, and that's why people stay. So if your friend's in a situation like that, to where it's not like a life-threatening type of abuse, but they're still in a shit situation, but there's nothing I can do to change her mind about this person or get her out of that situation. That's something that sucks to me. Like, a situation like that. Or, like, say your friend is depressed. Your friend is really depressed and they don't want to get help, though. They don't want to try to change at all, to fix their situation at all, or maybe try out a medication if it's like fucking chronic depression, whatever it is. That's gonna suck ass. Like, cause I can't force my friend to get help. I can't do that. That's not, all I can do is be there and be a friend for them, but that's not gonna fix their problem. Do you guys get what I mean? Like, all you can do is basically, like, just kind of be for them, be there for them, and that's all you can do. And then like maybe like try to talk to them about it, like, but like most of the time, like, even if you talk to them about it, it won't change the situation. Do you guys get what you mean? Well, I mean what I mean. It's kind of a hard thing to talk about for me, because it's like, I don't know how to talk about it without giving examples from my real life, because those are two examples that have not happened in my life, except maybe the second one, because I mean, most people are fucking depressed, but like, there's nothing you can really do about it if the person doesn't really care to fix their situation at all. Because it's the messed up thing about mental health and just like life in general, but especially mental health, especially once you become an adult and even as a kid, is no one's coming to save you most of the time. Nobody's coming to save you. That's what's so fucked up about it. And it's fucked to say that. It's fucked to say that. It's messed up to say that. But the thing is, like, if I really wanted to, just like sit in my mental illness, whatever it is, I could get away with it. I can get away with it, and no one can do anything about it to make me change. But why would I want to do that, first of all? But, like, that's the thing. Because when you're a kid, like, maybe, yeah, your parents or your peers or whoever might care. But once you become an adult, no one can really tell you what to do mental health-wise. Like, if you really want to binge drink every fucking weekend and, like, fuck your life up, you can. And no one is going to come and save you about it. Because, like, ain't nobody got time for that. So you really have to be looking out for yourself and making sure you're okay and checking in with yourself in a way. But that's hard, because honestly, it's insufferable. It's fucking, being in your own thoughts is a little bit insufferable, but somehow you gotta make it less insufferable. And that's the annoying part about my existence, is I think too much. And I think a lot of people feel like that. Like, I don't know. It's kind of hard for me to put a lot of things into words. So, yeah. Who else believes in God? I have the New Testament right next to me. But I don't really talk much about religion, because I'm very much so one of those people who believes that whatever gives you purpose in life, just make sure it's something that's positive. Whatever makes you, like, at peace in life, that's up to you. I'm not one to tell you what you need to believe, and not what you need to believe, like what you believe is right or wrong. Like, I'm not really one of those people. That's like why earlier in the stream I was like, someone talked about astrology and I didn't really understand it. I was like, I don't really believe in astrology, but if that's your thing, hey, good for you. Like, I'm very much so one of those people, like, but I am Christian, but also I was raised Christian, so it was kind of curated into me. I was kind of bred to be Christian, not gonna lie. So, but yeah, life is different for everybody. Everybody has their own beliefs, and I respect that. I know there's like those parts of Christianity where it's like, if you believe in anything other than the Christian God, you're gonna fucking die and go to hell. That's kind of a bleak existence, because there's so many different religions. I'm not one of those people who are, I guess I'm not one of those people who are like, yes, this is the one right God. You just have to find what's right for you, honestly. I'm one of those people with everything in life. especially religion. So yeah, guys, but I am Christian, but I'm not really probably not the Christian most Christians would fuck with. I don't even be up in church, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm very much what people would describe as a lukewarm Christian. So, but a lot of the beliefs I grew up with, I carry in life because, I mean, I grew up that way. How could you not? I believe in academy and storytelling. I like storytelling. I want to get better at storytelling and explaining things. I need to get better at explaining things. I don't know how to. If I could just, do, it would be amazing. It would, because I think of some devious shit up here. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's nothing crazy. The thing is, I'm just like, I don't know if it's because, like, my brain's creative or I don't even like to label myself as creative. I think my brain has just always been so bored my whole life that, like, it just has to think of shit to entertain myself. And I think that's literally what my creativity is literally, like, I'm just so fucking bored that, like, my brain is like, okay, like, let's think of this thing. But also, there's, like, a dangerous side to that, because then, like, maybe that's why I'm, like, a little crazy. Because I just be thinking of some devious shit when I'm, like, really bored. Not, like, some fucked up shit. Like, I'm not, like, crazy, but, like, you know, everybody has, like, weird thoughts. That's the other thing. That's another thing about going back to everything is bullshit. Everybody is, like, a little fake in a way. Like, we all do things, but there's certain things we don't talk about because it's taboo. Like, thinking weird shit. Like, y'all ever feel, like, paranoid ever? Like, not on some weird, like, schizo shit. Okay? But, like, no one would talk about that. Or nobody talks about, like, I guess maybe that's why people didn't talk about mental health for so long. Because, on God, mental health is so confusing. Because why am I thinking all this bullshit? That's really what it be. Storytelling depends on you, champ. Okay. Then maybe, like, I'm fine at storytelling. I don't know. I want to live in a Christian society. I guess you could, like, time travel back to, like, the 50s. I mean, if you want to live in a Christian society, I would just move to, like, a middle class place where they have, like, a lot of churches. I think that's the closest you're going to get to a Christian society. Or maybe, like, a country where, like, the only religion is, like, Christianity. Isn't there countries where you can't practice other religions? Or is that not a thing anymore? Was that just a thing back in the day? Sorry if I sound really stupid right now. I literally haven't traveled at all, so that's where this ignorance comes from. And not doing any research about this. I live close to Amish country. The Amish. Join a church? Yeah. If you want to live in a Christian society similar, you could join a church. But I don't think that's something that will probably happen these days. Because, honestly, especially Americans, I think, like, it's like half and half. Like, some people are religious and, like, half of people aren't. Which I find is interesting. Like, half of society has no religion. I find that not odd. I don't find that odd. It makes sense. Especially with the internet. And, like, the way things are. But I just find it interesting, I guess. Like, why now are only half of people religious, half of people not? Like, has this been seen before? This, like, I don't know. Maybe I need to learn more about history to understand that, if you guys know what I mean. Society is changing, I guess. Secularism is weenie. What does that mean? Do you ever try to clear your mind and not think of anything at all? No. No. I would say the only way that I've been able to do that is by focusing on something. So if I focus on something, I'm only thinking of that one thing, but I'm still thinking of things. I don't want to label myself as I'm not someone who can just sit there and think of nothing. But if I do that, that might make me think more. So I guess the way for me to do that is not thinking about anything, which is just a mind of itself. Like, no, I'm not doing that. The duality has existed from the beginning, like of the half and half religious thing. Religious people are just pretending as politics. I don't think so. I would say there are some people who are religious and it's not something they believe and it's just a facade, but I think you could apply that to anything. Like, some people, their whole life is a facade. Some people live double lives. Some people aren't even really living their own life. They're just living their life how someone else told them to live their life. And it's not even something they agree with. They're just doing it because that's all they know. I don't even know if that makes sense to people. I'm not saying that's a bad way to live your life. I'm just saying, like, that's how some people live. Like, some people don't question anything. Some people just follow the right way to do things, even though there's technically no right way to do things, because life is just life. Really. I don't really know how to explain this. Not gonna lie. I guess I really like to compare today's society to, like, the average person's life today. I do a lot of this in my head because I find it fascinating. Think of the average person today. They live till 72 or like something around that ballpark. Back in the day, if you lived in like the bubonic plague era, if you were a baby and you was on some weak shit, you probably just would have died, first of all. But if you gotten past that stage, you probably would have only lived to like 30 or something. Like, at most. Well, something like that. Like, that's crazy. You just, like, live to 30 and then die. It's crazy that we find that weird or abnormal now. Like, I'm not saying that people that are 30 don't die now, but it's not the average. But isn't that crazy that it's just, like, back in the day, they would just, like, turn 30 and then, like, just, like, die because, like, they didn't have medicine and all that bullshit? That's crazy to me. That's so crazy. But now we just, like, we have, like, it's like a video game. Like, you know how at first when you're playing Stardew Valley, it's like shit. Like, you gotta keep grinding and grinding. You have to manually farm the bullshit, but then you level up. We get to live in that part of society where we're already leveled up. Like, you don't have to starve. You don't have, like, okay, I'm not saying some people don't starve. I'm saying, like, I don't think the average person is starving, at least in the lenses of an American living in the middle class. Everything is subjective. There's still people that are starving. But I'm saying most people are not starving. That's pretty decent. Like, but that's also if you are born in a situation. See, everything's subjective. That's what I'm saying. So, like, your life could still be shit now, but, like, do you guys kind of get what I mean? I'm just trying to be as inoffensive as possible while talking about this, because it's kind of hard to say, well, like, people, like, don't starve as much, because there's still people that are very much starving and very much struggling every fucking day. I'm just saying it's not as bad as back in the day when, like, if the weather wasn't good that year, a couple of your kids were dying. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. This girl gonna surpass the Hawk Tuah girl? I actually love the Hawk Tuah girl. I'm not gonna lie. I think that meme is so unironically... I think it's ironically funny. Like, I ironically think that meme is funny as fuck. Like, I don't know. And I love how bold she is, too. Like, she's like, yeah, I'm the Hawk Tuah girl, and I don't fucking care because... Girl, like, what are you gonna do? Would you rather... I guess. I think the closest... evidence-based thing we have to mind control is propaganda. But I don't think you can, like, control somebody's mind. Like, get what I mean? Like, all the way. You know what's interesting, though? Like, the brain parasites that animals get. Like, you know the brain parasites deers can get that just, like, make them, like, all crazy? What is it? What are they called? I forgot. This is really off topic, but everything I say is never on topic. Whenever I ever stayed on a topic, I don't think I ever have. Okay, brain-eating parasites, deer. Okay, let me attempt to read this. Let me move my fat-ass head. This is the AI overview. So it says, the brain-eating parasite that affects deer is the Perilapostrongylus tenuis, also known as the brainworm or Meneagle worm? Meneagle worm? I don't fucking know how to say that shit. White-tailed deer are the primary host, but moose, elk, caribou, mule deer can also be affected. Okay, the brainworm can cause weakness, lack of coordination. Yeah, it's the circling I was talking about. Like, the deer just, like, runs in a circle. Like, that's just crazy. Like, this little parasite, like, this little thing, it's like, goes in the deer's brain, and then it just becomes stupid as fuck. Like, that's crazy to me. Like, isn't that crazy? It could do that. And it's not a public health concern because it doesn't infect humans. And the meat from infected... Oh my god, wait. The meat from infected animals is safe to eat. That's actually crazy. What the fuck? Okay, wait. I kind of want to see... I want to look at the videos. Not like of it, but... Deer with brain parasite. I forget how they get it. I think they get it from, like, shit and stuff, or, like, eating grass. Is it chronic wasting disease? Okay, well, this video gave me no context. It's really just, like, some deer chilling out, bro. And this camera's super shaky. Does bro have this on, like, max zoom? What is this news channel? Police dog bites blind man in church hostel. Prompting lawsuit. 4 charged with assault after breakdown at Cheddar's. 4 family members charged with beating teen restaurant worker is insane. Bro, what is this news channel? This is fucking weird. Okay. Ew! Okay, I'm not sure what this. Ew, 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 ew. Why is this? Ew, bruh. The deer has, like, all these, like, things on it. It's hella nasty. Well, that's not what I was trying to look at. But anyways, it is a thing. Okay, wait. I found the video. I found the video I was referencing. I'm not on some weird shit. Because, like, I didn't want to show you guys that nasty-ass fucking, like, ass deer. That was an accident. But look at this. Hey, you just running in a circle. That's the closest thing we have to zombies. It's the closest thing. It's crazy. That would make sense because you're not eating their brain. It says beat down. I don't even know. Brainwaves are real and could potentially manipulate reality around us. You think so, Sweet Pumpkin? Cats carry a parasite that makes their owner want to care for more cats. It's the crazy cat lady thing. Similar, are you trolling me? I don't think that's a thing. I feel like I'm going down in internet I feel like I'm gonna drown in internet shit. Yeah, that's pretty much my streams in a nutshell. I read a book. I want to shout this out. It's called Infinite Mind. Okay, let me look into it. Sweet pumpkin. If anybody has any other things they want me to look into and investigate, aka Google AI overview it, let me know. Let me read the description. Is this the book? Sorry, I didn't mean to burp in the mic. Okay. Born in blah 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 blah. Best known for her pioneering research in the field of bioenergy, her visionary approach, coupled with rigorous adherence to the highest scientific standards, has won Dr. Hunt. Okay, between energy field disturbances, disease, emotional pathologies, human field communication, and the energy spectrum of consciousness, she continued her research abroad with an analysis of ritualistic healing and mystical beliefs in the oriented South American, African, and the Pacific Islands. Dr. Hunt has consulted for NASA, served with the U.S. Department of Health, Education, and Welfare, taught okay, this is like, oh, I'm the fucking shit. Okay, we get it. Just want to know what the book was about. But that's... I was reading this middle section about the author. I should have given context to what I was reading. But, seems like an interesting book. It's 370 pages. Did you read it, or was it an audiobook? Not a single word made sense. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're supposed to read the book. There's probably a lot that goes on in the book, but I don't know. It seems like a lot of science stuff. Interesting. She talked about past life studies, energy patterns left on ancient objects. I read it. I kind of like reading about stuff like that. I don't really understand it, but I don't think really anybody does to begin with. Really understand anything if you really think about it. A lot of life, if you think about it, is us just kind of accepting we don't understand things and just kind of living on with it, because what the fuck. At least that's what my life is, because I want to answer to everything. I'm one of those people. Like, I want to know why, but I kind of stopped doing that in life because there's no reason why. And most of the time you don't want to know why, honestly. Too long for me. Is there a TikTok explaining the book? D's. That is brain rot. Okay, that's brain rot. I just read the little description of the book. That is brain rot. Watch the very short Dr. Quantum video about the double split experience. It will change your worldview forever. Have you ever looked into quantum mechanics? It's a very niche little community. There's only like a couple quantum mechanics people in the world because it's a very abstract, I guess, part of science. It's like that part of science where it's basically just theory, but like kind of has some backing to it, but it's kind of interesting. I kind of like it. It's pretty cool, the quantum mechanics of things. I don't understand it, but when the people talk about it that know how to talk about it and break it down for stupid people like me, it's very interesting. I know a lot of people kind of blow Joe Rogan off because he likes Trump, but I still like watching Joe Rogan because he has really great people on his podcast. So I'm not one of those people who's like, oh, I can't listen to them because they're Republican or what. I don't give a fuck. I'll listen to anybody. I don't give a fuck. I'm just saying that because every time I try to bring Joe Rogan up to any of my liberal... Sorry. To any of my liberal friends, are like, oh, but he's this, he's that. I'm like, girl, I fucking know. But the podcast, it's not for Joe... I'm not watching it for Joe Rogan. I'm watching it for the guy that's yapping to him, okay? So get off my ass, please. What more do you want from me? What more? Okay? Holy shit. But anyways, I like watching Joe Rogan podcasts. I don't know. I feel like I have to defend myself. I really don't have to, because I'm not fucking famous. No one gives a fuck what I think or believe in, which is great. That's what I like about how big I am on the internet. Like, I only have 46 viewers. I could literally say the most, I would say the most insensitive, cancelable shit right now, and probably I wouldn't get canceled. But I probably would, because I said I wouldn't, and then people would be like, well, I'm gonna prove you wrong. But, like, most people, like, if you have, like, fucking, like, I really have, like, no reach. Like, the only reach I have is, like, for how I look, and that's, like, Instagram. Like, okay, I can get some looks, some views off that. But from what I say, I could literally say whatever I want, honestly. But I just feel a need to backtrack myself, because I feel like people these days, like, if you say anything they don't agree with, it's like either whatever side, I don't care. Whatever thing. It doesn't even have to be in the context of America, American politics. It could be outside the world too. I just feel like people are, especially on the internet, I think I'm just thinking in terms of the internet, honestly, an American internet. It's like, you can't even mention someone if it's like, if they have a different belief than you, you know? Like, I'm not watching him because of his beliefs. I'm watching him because of what he's talking about. The guy who's on the show, what he's talking about. Like, get off my dick, bro. Like, what? Joe Rogan is a self-proclaimed hippie. Well, for sure. He does, like, shrooms and stuff. I don't watch all of Joe Rogan's podcasts. I'm not there watching every single Joe Rogan podcast. I mostly like watching his, like, science, and I like his conspiracy stuff, because I like conspiracy theories, because it's just nice to get away from reality and think about, what if it was like this? That would be cool. But I don't really believe in them. I don't really believe in any conspiracies. I don't really believe in anything, really. Like, I just like listening to conspiracies because I find them fucking interesting. I don't know. So, yeah. I feel like Joe Rogan is very good at being unbiased and objective source of information. I feel like, honestly, the way I look at Joe Rogan, I think he's just like, I feel like he's so successful because he's, number one, authentically himself. And number two, he's a pretty good podcaster, because the best podcasters are the ones that he asks the right questions that the average Joe would ask, and that the average Joe wants to hear when he's talking to these super smart people, and that even helps break it down to be digestible for a normal person to understand whatever topic they're talking about. And that I like. That's what I admire about his podcast, okay? He sees all sides of a situation. All you can do is be you and apologize for nothing. People either like you or don't. Yeah, I agree. I pretty much agree. But I'm just, like, such a big, like, I'm such a big backtracker. And it's something I'm trying to get out of. Like, it's something I'm trying to get out of. But, I just feel like I kind of have to be a little bit of a backtracker, especially as a streamer, because sometimes I don't give context to what I'm saying. And I feel like as a streamer, something's just bound to get put out of context. And I know that, and I know there's nothing I can do about that, really. So I should just try not to. But yeah, going back to, I would join the quantum mechanics just for the credits if they don't come up with something that ends up being proven right about the subject and end up being famous, because my name would be there. That's, like, such a dumb reason to do something. I mean, not really. I guess that's actually not that bad of a reason to do something. But I guess most people just don't care about history. That's why I'm like, who cares? I'm like, do you really think Cleopatra was like, oh, history's gonna care about me? I don't think she, like, maybe she thought, like, oh, like, of course my country or, like, whatever, like, cares about me and whatever, but I don't think people used to think that much ahead. I think that's, like, such a new thing, is, like, thinking of, like, being remembered in that way. Or maybe it's not. I don't know. What do I know? I'm kind of talking out my ass. Anyways, but the quantum mechanics is kind of interesting. I kind of like it. I don't like I said, it's I kind of put it in the same realm of like when I look into conspiracy theories. Not as much, but like it's just something to think about. It's kind of an interesting way. I guess I just like listening to people talk about what they believe, and I find it interesting, but that doesn't necessarily mean I believe it. Can I ask a question? Yes. If it's annoying, I won't answer it, and I will ignore it or ban you if it's weird. I want to watch the Brian Cox Joe Rogan episode. He goes off on quantum mechanics. I don't know who Brian Cox is, but I watched one with this like guy, this like he was talking about his little simulation theory, which I thought was kind of interesting. I don't believe in it, but I thought it was cool. I was like, okay, I kind of get it. Like, I mean, there's no evidence. Let me see. Simulation theory. Podcast. It was this guy. His name is Rizwan Burke. Oh. Sorry. So I watched someone with this guy.
Is that it's not what scientists like to call beep or something.
And he just kind of has his own little theory he made up, it seems. Like, he just kind of combined all this bullshit into one theory of why he thinks we're in a simulation, or like two. I thought it was kind of interesting. Like I said, I don't believe it. Like, I barely believe shit, honestly. Like, I don't know what I believe in, honestly. I'm gonna be for real. But I like listening to all different types of things, so I listened to that, but then that led me to that. He just talks a little bit about quantum mechanics, or like physics, or whatever the fuck it's called. Is this the one I watched? I don't remember. Or is it quantum physics? I don't know. Maybe that's a different thing. It was with Shane Carroll. Because he's like a physics guy. So this guy. I don't think he was talking about quantum mechanics, actually. Sorry. But this guy was talking about like physics and like... Oh yeah! The history of quantum physics. So this guy was talking about quantum physics. I don't really know the difference between... I think maybe don't know where I came up with quantum mechanics. Maybe that's not a thing. Maybe I accidentally got it mixed up. No. Okay, what's... Or is it the same thing? I don't even know what it is, because it's very niche, and like... It's kind of like... It's kind of... Honestly, it's more of like a thought experiment for me, because it's kind of interesting to me. No, I think it's the same fucking thing. Because it's saying it's the same thing, so... But he kind of talked about it. I liked this one better, though. This one's, like, way more, makes more sense. And it's not about living in a simulation. It's about multi-realities, kind of, like, multiverse type shit. So, I found that kind of interesting. I kind of liked that one. The first one was just for shits and giggles, because it was more of like, oh, conspiracy video one. Like, I don't really know what I believe in, because honestly, if you think super hard, anything is possible. So, I just don't like to try to understand anything. So, I'm too indecisive. Black holes are wild. Oh my gosh, I know. Black holes are crazy. Space is crazy too. Space used to scare me so much as a kid. Like, you know what unlocked it for me? Was that one video. That one movie. It started with a Z. It's called like, it's not xanthan. That's the ingredient. Xanthan gum. It's called like Zathura or something. What's it called? Yeah. This one. Oh my gosh, when they go to space, bro. That scared me as a kid. I don't know why this movie made me aware of space as a kid. It did. I was like 6 and I was watching this and I was like, hold up. What the fuck did I just watch? What is space you're telling me? Like, space is real. Like, it just visualized, like, it's like that feeling of being like lonely and desolate out in space is terrifying to me. I guess it's the same feeling when people think about the ocean. Like being lost at sea in the ocean and the scary like ocean. But like I feel like space is just more like so uninhabitable. It's like just as uninhabitable as like the middle of the fucking ocean. It's just crazy and like it's just not for humans. That's what the fucking space is. That's what I think it's so scary because it's just there's no emotions to it. It just is what it is. It's just a bunch of bullshit happening. And that's why I find space interesting. Because it's just a bunch of like shit and it doesn't even make sense to me because I'm just like a little speck just like kind of in it for some reason. Like, why am I conscious again? I don't really know. That's what doesn't make sense is like a part of me is like, why did I have to be aware of this again? That's how I feel about a lot of things. I feel like a lot of people feel like this though. I didn't know she did stuff other than Twilight. Oh, what's her name? I know you're talking about the babysitter is the girl from Twilight. Like, Kristen Stewart is her name. I think she's so beautiful. Kristen Stewart. She has, like, the perfect mix of, like... Her looks is, like, so beautiful, like, Girl Next Door. But she has such, like, a tomboy angst to her, which, like, I love. Like, she's so cute. Anyways... Hamoud, thank you for the follow. Ooh, that was good. I love cracking my neck. Cool story, but just put the fries in the bag, man. Yeah, that was me when I had my job. When I had my job, I would lie all the time. Has anybody, like, you ever been so bored at work you just turn into a pathological liar? Well, because I was a hostess and I don't have to do all this small talk. So sometimes, like, if someone's asking me, like, what I'm doing or what my plans is, it's like, sometimes I would just lie. Like, they were like, oh, do you have any plans for this weekend? Like, as I'm walking them to their table. I'm an introvert, right? So, like, half of socializing is honestly just lying anyways, because I'm lying about how I'm feeling on my face. Because I have the worst resting bitch face ever. Especially out in public, because honestly, I'm uncomfortable in public. So, like, my face is just... This is my face. Like, I'm not, like, a bitch, but, like, that's how my face looks. And, like, I honestly don't even believe resting bitch face to be a real thing. I don't think that's a real thing. I think that's just society needing to leave us the fuck alone. Because why do I have to look like an elf on the shelf for people not to think I'm a complete douchebag? So you really want me to walk around looking like... This is how people expect me to look in public. You want this to be my resting face? Fuck no. Girl! This is literally how I feel when I fake my expressions in public. That is how I feel, bro. That's how I feel. I think it is a little bit of like a genderism thing. Genderism, like, I used to think people were like kind of odd for thinking so deeply into that. But honestly, the more you ponder existence, the more genderism kind of does come up. Because what the like, of course the point of gender is like to reproduce. Like, if you have a penis and there's always a vagina and then you fucking have a baby. Okay, yeah. But we've kind of grown outside of that need as a society, because there's people that, first of all, have no money for kids. First of all, there's asexual people, and also there's fucking gay people. So, and also you can just adopt a kid. You can just fucking adopt a kid. You don't, if you really want a kid, you can literally just find somebody's random ass kid and raise them. So, like, do you guys get what I mean? So, like, it makes sense that people would go down that thought pattern of being like, well, what is being a man? What is being a woman? Because you can question everything, if you think about it. So, the more I thought about it as I got older, people questioning gender and genderism makes sense. But it also makes sense why it's there. Because people just like, they just like it. They like genderism. They like gender. They like trying to fit into genderism. And also, if you fit into genderism, you can get further. E-gamer, I need you to go outside and touch grass. Maybe they just like to argue about nonsense. Maybe some people do. Some people do like to argue about nonsense. I'm one of the people who's like, the one thing I don't get is when like the people are like, you have to call me by this or that. And I'm just like, okay, yeah, some people will, but some people are fucking dickheads and like really could give less of a fuck about anything you want. That's what I don't understand. And then they get so upset that like nobody wants to do the thing they want to do. But like, that's literally life though. Not on some insensitive shit. Like the people that like, they get mad at society for being society. That's what I don't understand. Like, how are you going to be mad that it's the way it's supposed to be? Or, like, that's, like, just, like, makes sense. That's what I don't get. No, that's not my point, is to become gay. I'm just saying, like, it makes sense that people would question genderism because it really doesn't make much of sense. Because it's kind of always changing. Like, I'm thinking in terms of, like, I'm just going to think in terms of, like, what it is to be a woman, okay? I'm not going to go into all the abstract gender shit, because honestly, I don't understand it, and, like, I'm not trying to step on some toes, like, I'm not trying to be annoying, but, anyways, so, like, back in the day, let's think of, like, women's rights. And I'm somehow going to, like, hopefully bring this back to genderism. Back in the day, if you were a woman, I don't think women usually wore pants. Like, back in the day, right? Like, it was weird for women to wear pants at one point, right? Wasn't pants just for men? Am I tripping? I'm looking this up. I might be tripping. Okay, I'm right. I'm fucking right. So I looked up. Was pants only for men at one point in history? I wrote that like a stupid. But the AI overview, yes. Pants were primarily for men for much of history. Okay. So, like, we have this, like, we have this, like, image idea of, like, what is to be a man or what is to be a woman. But then there's, like,
weird, like, branded concepts to that. Like, oh, men wear pants, but women wear dress, or like whatever it is. Men means blue, but women mean pink. Like, isn't that weird? We have these like little like things to label things. I find that I don't think it's weird, because it's like so normal that it's like duh, bitch, common sense. But like, if you really sit there and think about it and look at the details of stuff, it's kind of interesting. Like, if you look at the history of it, I guess. If you look at just a period of it, it makes sense. Because, like, probably for our whole lifetime, pink... Oh, sorry. Ew, I just, like, choked on my own spit or something. Pink will probably mean girl, and then blue will mean boy. Like, and especially in terms of babies. That will probably always be a thing. But maybe not in, like, 1,000 years. They'll probably look back at that and be like, what? That makes no fucking sense. Do you guys get what I mean? Or am I just sounding crazy? Because I don't know how to make this make sense. Because I kind of just sound like a bimbo right now. Apparently Google knows who's gonna get gay tests, lol. Okay, it's me, of course. Yeah, thank you. The new chair rocks. Thanks. Back in Shakespeare time, women were not allowed to even act, so the female characters were played by dudes in drag. And that's another thing. Like, stuff like that I always find is interesting. Like, why? Like, why, though? Like, why? Like, why? Like, and a lot of it, I'm not gonna lie, like, science and learning and shit like that has really helped us move forward as a society. But I'm kind of glad to be living in such a time where stuff is, it's abstract, but at least has some sort of like you can think in abstract, like if you want, like if you really want to fucking identify as a fucking man and woman, you can. Okay. But also most people just identify as a man or a woman. So there's like some structure to it, because that'd be pretty confusing if you really had to ponder everything. Like if you really had to be like, well, am I a man or am I a woman? Like, I just don't think that's something that comes naturally to people. But I think if people really want to ponder that, and that's what they naturally want to ponder, and what that's something that really brings them joy in life, I feel it's not my place to tell them not to. But I'm also one of those people who's like, it's not their place to tell you anything either. You know? But I'm also one of the people who's like, I'm respectful even if I don't really agree with somebody. So like, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a weird area. Like, everything's really a weird area because no one really agrees on anything. That's also another thing. Like, nobody really agrees on anything. Like, no one will ever agree. Like, the world will never agree on a topic. That's also a really annoying ass thing. Like, no one will ever agree on nothing. And that's why we always have war and shit like that. I hope it gets, like, better, though. I mean, I don't know. Probably won't. But, I don't know. I'm just glad to be living in a peaceful time, though. That's nice. That we're, like... Because, like, if you think back, like, my great-grandpa was up in the trenches in the fucking, like, Vietnam War or something. Like, that's crazy. That's insane work. What's up, Happy Light? A lot of scientists had to be burned at the stake for us to benefit. Really? That's another thing. Why when people are confused or like think something's not real, they just burn it. Like, oh, I don't like this book. I don't believe in this book. I'm gonna burn it. What? I'm gonna ban this book. I'm gonna ban what? Okay, wait, I kind of want to see this. I'm going to read this Wikipedia. Actually, fuck that. We got AI overview. Let me see. So I looked up. I'm going to put my face on the wrong side. Imagine all the books burned in history, though. Now there are no records of them ever existing. Oh my god, that's something I really hate.
No, that is something I think about very often. Like the great, like the second I learned about the Great Library of like Alexandria or whatever the fuck it's called. Oh fuck, wait, sorry. I'm trying to flip. I don't know how to flip this little camera, I'm sorry. I'm not going to be looking at the thing even though I am. I'm not talking in terms of like sex. I'm talking in terms of gender because they are different, but you can have the same gender as your sex. Because if you really think about it, gender is a made-up concept. But everything is a made-up concept. Like language is a concept that was made by humans over time. Just something that came to be natural. I don't really know how to explain my thought process because like, yeah, but if that's how you think, that's how you think. If that's how you understand the world, that's how you understand it. I kind of understand how they can be different. In a way. But, hey. Anyways. This guy was burned. But when we see burned? He was burned at the stake in Rome's Capo di Fuori in 16 blah blah blah. After his death, he gained considerable fame for being what? Can you just show me where the fuck this is? I ain't reading all this. Holy fuck, this is hot. Damn. Okay, chat, be honest. Smash or pass? Smash or pass? I would need to know how tall. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. I mean, I'm sorry, the tall ones can just get away with being really ugly. But maybe they just did a bad portrait of him. Like, because, okay, what they really highlight in this picture, that mustache is beautiful. Look how brushed that mustache is. But those lips, why are they so tiny? Why is his eyes so fucking big like a child? And then why, like, his nose looks fine. Like, if someone had that nose, it'd be fine. But I feel like the paintings, they just got the pictures, they got the proportions all wrong. And now for the rest of human history, this is what you're remembered as. He was probably more sexy in real life. And that's what I like to give these people the benefit of the doubt in these ugly ass portraits. Like, he was probably, maybe he had a fat cock. I'm sorry. I always think of that. Because maybe he was more of a catch. Maybe he was more of a catch back in the day. I don't know. But this is scaring me. And why does he have no eyelashes? He has no eye. And why? Like, the proportions are all wrong. It's just all wrong. Ah, hell no. This is how the guys on their winter arc feel. This statue right there. Oh, now I'm not gooning. Honestly, I was making a joke. I was honestly making a joke. I'm honestly, like, a fucking hermit. I'm not gonna lie. I'm, like, the longer I'm single, the more asexual I'm turning. Sometimes I question the lifestyle of lesbianism. I'm like, huh. It sounds great, but honestly, then I think, what if I dated myself? Oh my gosh, I think she would kill me. Like, I think she would kill me. She would get super jealous of me. Like, if I cloned myself and then dated myself, is that incest? Well, if it did happen, she would hate me, okay? Do you guys ever think that? What if you cloned yourself and then dated yourself? Or does this mean I'm a narcissist because I've thought this before? And you wonder why you get those ads, lol. I never looked up on Google, do I like pussy? I want to look at pussy. I'm gay. Am I gay? I've looked up, do I have autism? Why can't I make friends? What's the meaning of life? Why is there no meaning to life?
Why? What is life? Why are we conscious? I've looked that up before. But I've never looked up, am I gay? I think if I was gay, I would know it. Right? I don't know. I think if I was gay, I would know it. I think I would. When I ask women, would they date themselves, they've mostly said heck no. I don't know. I don't think anybody would want to date themselves. Most people can't even stand themselves. I'm not going to lie. Do you ever look at cute guys at the gym? No. I don't ever check people out. Like, if I actually find someone attractive, it doesn't change how I look at them or not look at them. Like, I just have social anxiety and I avoid everybody at the same amount. So, yeah, no. I'm not going to oogle somebody. I'm more of a, I hate when people say this. I'm more of a demisexual. I still care about, I guess, vain things like how somebody looks. But honestly, I'm a big person on personality, but I would say I'm vain in my own ways. I would have to find somebody attractive, but I do find some questionable looking people attractive. So, I mean, hey, good news. If you're questionably looking, maybe kind of tall, maybe you got a chance with me. Or if you're like short, but you got a great face card. Yeah. Man or woman. But I don't know, because I've never dated a woman. And like, I feel like that would just be like hard for me. That would just be hard. Peak Tom Cruise may be short, but I would rather be him than Chris Hemsworth. Really? You know that there's this theory that American Psycho was inspired by Tom Cruise's interviews. Have you guys ever seen that theory? It's like, because he makes some pretty dark humor jokes. Like, he's like, honestly, you're gonna have to just look it up. If you're interested, look up Tom Cruise American Psycho theory. And you can watch that and you'll understand what I'm talking about, because that's the video I watched. But it was kind of interesting. I think it was just someone trying to get views on YouTube, though. But he is kind of an interesting guy. But honestly, anybody in Hollywood has to be a little American Psycho-like. Like, that's pretty much like... That's pretty much like what it's like. Well, minus the murdering, of course. Sorry. I didn't give I just mean like, because he's so obsessed with how he looks, and then he's like, he's so media trained, even though he has this double life. I don't mean it like that. I mean it could be an analogy for what it's like to be in Hollywood, minus the murdering. Like, maybe if, like, behind closed doors, he was just kind of like a weird, less nice guy versus a full-on murderer. I should have backtracked on that. That sounded bad. Because I forgot, in American Psycho, he literally, like, murders people. Because I don't know why I had to stop watching after he was fucking the girl. Because that scene just, like, made me uncomfortable. Because I was like, okay, it actually looks like they're having sex. I can't watch this. It made me uncomfortable. I was like, my eyes are too pure for this. I can't watch this. The book was 20 times worse. There was a book. Am I stupid? I never know there was a book. I never knew there was a book, but now that you mention it, I kind of remembered. Wasn't the book made by a woman? I think people were talking about that. It's written by a woman, right? I prefer Family Guy Tom Cruise than the actual Tom Cruise. I think a lot of people would prefer the Family Guy versions over the real ones. That Scientology stuff is just so far out there. Bro, Scientology stuff is weird. Honestly, I feel like religion can get really freaky. No matter what sector or whatever you're on. Like, cults and people using religion to control and manipulate people has always been a thing. And it's really creepy. I feel it's so weird, like how cults are. That was something I would always look at the cult documentaries in middle school. Ooh, that shit had a choke. Like, these kids, they be watching true crime. No, fuck that. I don't care to understand why some weirdo did some weird shit. I want to know how some weirdo did some weird shit and got all these people to be okay with it. That is something I want to know. Okay? The cult documentaries, I was on that shit before the true crime was in, okay? I was like, wait, why did they believe this bullshit? But it's kind of crazy, the psychology of it all. It's like, oh, okay, so we're all just, like, susceptible to all this bullshit, and we really, like, if we were just really in a tough situation and vulnerable, I could be put in a cult and not know it. It's like the frog, it's like that, like, frog analogy people say, put a frog in hot boiling water, it suffers and dies. But you slowly boil the water, the frog thinks he's in a jacuzzi and doesn't realize until he dies. You ever heard that stupid quote? I don't know if I said it right. But it's like that, but, like, apply that to cults. That's basically how they explain it most of the time, which is kind of interesting. Those had a chokehold on me. Especially, I'm sorry to offend anybody here if you're a Mormon, but I don't think any Mormons are watching me. The Mormon cults, especially the polygamist ones, had a chokehold on me. I don't know why. They were so interesting. I think it's because Utah is very close to California. And I was like, oh, where are the local cults at? Okay, I don't want to hear about some guy in India did some bullshit. Okay, what's happening nearby? So, yeah, I know a lot about Mormonism that I shouldn't. And also, this isn't me judging Mormons. I know lots of Mormons. I'm not one to judge. I'm literally fucking Christian. So, like, I'm delusional on my own. So, everything's kind of delusional, whatever you believe in. That's how I think of things. But maybe I'm just, like, a non-believer. I'm gonna go to hell. I don't know. That's what people say. But, So, you really can't talk about anything without being, I'm just kind of an offensive person. I just kind of say what's on my mind, and I don't really believe much. So, take it with a grain of salt, everything I say. I'm not telling you how you should live or not. So don't get mad at me, and I probably won't judge you if you think a certain way. Yeah, but the Scientology stuff is weird. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, the Scientology stuff just, like, the one thing that makes it so weird to me is, like, why, like, Scientology only fans win? Because why do you have to pay for the, like, the little snippets of the information? Like, it's almost like if the Bible was behind a paywall. Isn't that, like, what Scientology is? They have to buy, like, each paper, and then you have to, like, level up in the religion, which I always found very odd. It's like, why are you egging people on that you have the key to the universe? Oh my god, I just realized my chat was stuck. Oh my god, I'm stupid. Sorry if I missed anything. My stream chat was stuck. Out of scroll. Didn't he do a stunt at the end of the Olympics? He's trying to increase his chances. Wait, who did? Cali had far worse cults in Utah. Yeah. Oh. Not my headset dying. No, I agree. I did learn about some of the cults in, Oregon and California. There were some cults about, like, stuff around the... you're just going to have to play charades with me here. We're just going to play some charades, okay? That industry up in Oregon, I don't know what year, probably like the 70s. I've had to pull it out my butt. So I learned some about that. I can't remember because I watched these when I was like 12. Why was I watching cult documentaries when I was 12? I had no friends and I was weird. I don't know. I think I would have been better off drinking and doing drugs or something. I don't fucking know. I don't know. There's something wrong with me. But I just found them fascinating because I love documentaries because I was like, this is so weird. This is so cool. Not really, because a lot of it's like really messed up. There's this one
Texas, I don't know if it was a Texas cult or if it was in California, like San Diego. But somehow he like barricaded everybody in this church, and then he sacrificed like the whole church and set it all on fire. And that's how the ones that are weird are like the ones like that though. Like there was also this, bro, the cults are just so weird because it's just like so random. It's like, what? Like, what? You did what? Why? Excuse me? Oh my gosh. Welcome. I don't know how to read your name. I'm so sorry. But thank you so much for the follow. The only thing I like about the Oregon is the national park. Sadly, the society there is... Oh, okay. I'm not gonna lie. Oregon needs to fucking grow some balls. Like, you're really letting people, like, squat in people's houses. Like, can we just be so fucking for real now? Like... And, like, literally... I don't even know what it is. I think it's just, like, the economy or something. Like, half the cities are, like, run the fuck down. Because people are just, like, suffering. They do that in Cali, too. The squatting thing. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. But the thing is, like, I understand why it happens. Because people are, like, nice. And they don't want to put people on the streets. But, like, at the same time, it's, like, that's somebody's house. Like, they spent their whole life to buy that house. And, like, some random-ass bitches in it. Like, what? Like, I don't want anybody to be homeless as the next person. Like, what? But... that's just fucked up. I think it's fucked up. I'm not gonna lie. It's like, there's like no consistency in America. And that's what like kind of annoys me about America as an American. Is like, at least in like Sweden or whatever country, it's like consistent. You know what you're getting and you can expect that pretty much. But in America, it's like, yeah, maybe next year that won't be allowed. Yeah, we might change that. You know. Oh, but like if you just like go like a couple states away, you can do it. What? It makes no sense to me. Like, it makes sense. Because, like, of course, Krissee, you ever taken a government... Yes, I took government class, and I understand how the voting works and why it's like that. But it's still just inconsistent and hurts my head. Like, I can still understand why it's like that, and it can still hurt my head. Yeah, the event that was huge because it inspired the guy that did the event in Oklahoma in 1995. Wait, what are you talking about? What is Leo talking about? I wasn't listening to you for 10 minutes. Okay, that's probably good. I probably said something offensive. Honestly. That's why I'm kind of thankful I'm probably never gonna blow up as a streamer. Honestly, I just do this because if I don't, I'll have so much time on my hands from being an Instagram model that I will go crazy. I will turn into like I'll try to turn into a philosopher, but then like my crazy brain, I'll just turn insane. Because sometimes I have so much time on my hands, I'm like, I kind of understood like Plato was onto something. Like, wait, was that the philosopher that not just, like, sat in a box all day and, like, thought? Who was that? I think I'm getting them mixed up. I think Plato was a different guy. Who was the crazy philosopher? Which one was it? Oh. It's coming up with more people. Who was the homeless one? I swear, wasn't one of them homeless? Am I wrong? I might be wrong. I might have seen some misinformation back in the day and believed it. But that's pretty much everything I think about, honestly. One of them lived like a complete bum, though, right? Like, he was just, like, on the streets. But, like, there's something that, like, having a lot of time just, like, does to your psyche. and mix that with like charades, guys, charades time. Yeah, you'll go crazy, especially if you're someone like me, and that's why I'm just like sober now, because like I'm fucking crazy, honestly. So bro had an ego death and never returned to the same person. Your job is to be an Instagram model, pretty much, and like content creation, because I do make money from like TikTok shop, UGC stuff, which is like basically you make a video for a company and then you don't have to post it on your page, you don't have to promote it on your page, but they can basically use that video for advertisements. So if they want to take that video, put it on their page, and pay for it to be advertised on their page, yeah, so people pay you for that. So that's pretty much what I do. So I don't have to do OnlyFans and don't have to have a real job, guys. That's what I do. But I like to say it's a real job. I would never compare it to the same type of labor as a real job, but I must tell myself it's a real job or else I won't do it and become homeless. So I tell myself it's a real job, but it's okay if you guys don't think it's a real job. I still make money. So you could really argue anything that makes you money is a real job. I mean, is being a drug dealer a real job? I mean, you make profit. It's not a legal job, it's an illegal job, right? Anyways, yeah. Real job equal making someone else rich. A little bit. I feel like there's no shame in having a real job, though. Like, I would never shit on anybody for having a real job. And, like, honestly, social media is not for everybody. Like, honestly, social media isn't even for me. But honestly, a real job is barely for me anyways. So, but I could definitely do a real job. Honestly, I'm just, like, one of those people who's, like, I'm so delusional about myself. I know I could just get it done. You know, I just, like, fucking... I'm, like, one of those guys who's, like... You ask them, like, hey, bro, do you think you could fucking wrestle a bear? Yeah. I fucking could. And I take that bitch down. That's how I feel when I say, oh, I could do a fucking real job. I could fucking do it. That's how I fucking feel. Like, I'm like, oh, yeah, I could fucking do that. But I probably fucking couldn't. I probably get destroyed, I'm not gonna lie, so... But maybe I would wrestle the bear. I don't know. I'm so delusional. I am delusional. That's the thing. Like, I'm delusional, but, like, I think I'm just so aware of, like, too many things. I think that's why I'm so weird and, like, weird and... But I'm not even really weird, honestly, because I fit into the little, like, blueprint of society. And that's what I kind of find cheeky about my existence. Is, like... I'm, like, honestly a fucking loser, but, like, since I'm packaged in this way, people, like, care about what I have to say. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. But not everybody cares about what I have to say because of that. Some people, like, yeah, that's another thing. Like, the way people react to what you do, I always find that interesting. Like, people's reactions to things. Because... people can get offended from anything, bro. I remember I, like, traumatized myself once. I had, like, this horrible, like, ego death, okay? And I was so scared about the thought of not being conscious anymore. Like, of, like, dying. Because I was like, wait. You really don't know what happens when you die. And I was like, wait, why does no one give a fuck about that? Like, but then I was like, wait. Why do we have to give a fuck about that? Like, shit like that makes me crazy, bro. Like, I be thinking about, like, bullshit like that. Like, it just doesn't matter. And that's why I try to ignore things that don't matter. Grats. A lot of this is about luck, and you got a good role on the character creation screen. Yeah, I agree about that. And also, I'm aware of that too, which also makes me feel kind of like sad about life, because then I'm like, maybe that's the only reason I've made it this far. It probably is. It's because of the unfairness of things. Is what I find interesting. It's because if you really think about like life and a lot of things, or like just nature in general, nothing is fair. Like, nothing in life is fucking fair at all. Like, did I grow up with my family? Yes. Why? Do you think I'm adopted? Do I give adopted vibes? I always wanted to be adopted when I was a kid, because then I would have explanations to why my home life was so weird. I wasn't adopted, of course. I look just like my mom, but I think it's because, like, those Hollywood movies, or, like, those Disneywood... Disneywood? Did I just mix Disney and Woody Allen together or something? They don't even mix. But damn, no, that's like Nickelodeon gives off Woody Allen vibes. Anyways. But, like, those Disney movies where they're like, you're adopted. And then the kid's like, fuck. I thought that shit was gonna happen to me. That's what I'm saying. Like media low-key rots your brain. I can't imagine the brain rot that happens to children these days off iPads. Because I literally would think the shit that happens in books or, like, movies, I'd be like, wait. Could that shit suffice in real life? Like, do you think that could happen? Like, the Mary Poppins snap when she cleans the room. I've talked about this before. I deadass, one time I was like, okay, let me try it. Of course nothing fucking happened. I knew nothing would fucking happen, but I was like, okay, it was worth a try. And then also the Toy Story thing. Everybody swore. I was like, bitch, I know you could talk. I would talk to my stuffed animal, and I was like, bitch, I know you can fucking talk. I know you're fucking faking this shit. So that shit rotted in my brain. Did anyone's brain get rotted as a kid, or was I just, like, intellectually stunted? And nobody picked up on it because my parents had too many children. They have studied it. Their brains become like an iPad. Okay, stop. You're kidding me. That's the scariest thing I've ever heard. Krissee corrupted her kids as a child. Oh my god. You guys remember, I had this raccoon stuffed animal. And that's why I loved raccoons as a kid. And you know, I definitely got that little bitch. Sorry for the people on YouTube. This is probably why my YouTube channel is like, the fucking AI transcribes like, whoa, we're gonna blacklist this. But I got that shit at a Goodwill for sure. For sure. The only reason I thrift is because I just grew up thrift shopping, because that was the only way to get, like, a lot of materialistic things as a kid. And there was just something I had to fill in my soul as a kid, and I just liked having a lot of shit. So, I had a lot of fucking stuffed animals from the fucking Goodwill. That shit probably had bed bugs in it. You know, the thing is that always surprised me growing up is even how messy my house was. We never had any, like, disgusting bugs outside of, like, ants. That's the only thing we ever had. The only thing we ever had problems with our house, even though it was really fucking messy. I think, you know why? We were never food messy. Like, we didn't have, like, nasty food lying around messy. We just had, like, a lot of shit everywhere. You know? It was like, you know, and the food messy, the ants were only ever in the kitchen. So, I don't know. Anyways, I just had a lot of siblings growing up, and my parents didn't have money for a maid and were too lazy to clean all the time. But, you know, I don't blame them for it. I wouldn't want to fucking have to clean up after fucking 4 kids either. I would get myself a lobotomy, because, bro, I'm still messy. Like, today, I cooked some bullshit because the microwave was we got a new microwave today. And I used this pan, and I put all the rice and the bullshit in it, and I fucking forgot to clean the pan. And when I was in the shower, my cousin left his nasty Band-Aid on the counter. Actually, my cousin has ringworm on his arm.
That's so cute and kawaii. Yeah, he got it in the wrestling mats at his school, and he left his Band-Aid on the counter. And when I was showering, that just made me mad. Because my grandma just cleaned the bathroom, and I'm the only other one who cleans that bathroom, and I just felt very grateful she cleaned the bathroom. And his little ointment, his ringworm ointment, there was a dot of it, like a pea-sized amount, and just this Band-Aid, and then a dirty, like an open Band-Aid, and then a Band-Aid on top of the dirty Band-Aid that had been unopened. And then this rage just filled me up because I was like, I can't even touch this Band-Aid without thinking about ringworm. And then I thought, okay, I'm just not gonna clean it up. And then I thought, okay, I should text my grandma and complain. But then I thought, okay, I don't want to annoy my grandma with this. So you know what I did? I ignored it. And then I was thinking, why am I mad about this ringworm Band-Aid? Because I left my dirty pan this morning. I left the fucking pan and I never cleaned it. So I was like, you know what? Guilty. I'm fucking guilty. I'm just as fucking gross. That's what's wrong with society. Yeah, it was a Band-Aid over a Band-Aid on top of a Band-Aid. You're such an overthinker. Thank you. Oh my gosh, and the sky's blue. I know I'm an overthinker, okay? Also, I have anger issues. I hope you guys know that. Like, I picked up anger issues from my father. And he picked his anger issues up from his abusive father. But my dad wasn't ever abusive. He just fucking liked to talk shit. So he liked to get mad. So I don't know. I picked up on that as a kid. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to get fucking mad. So now subconsciously, I'll be fucking mad sometimes. So in order to not be mad, I have to be very aware of things. The only time I'm not mad is when, like, my animalistic, like, monkey brain is like, I haven't really eaten. Like, I really haven't eaten. Like, I've been not eating enough. Like, on some, like, anorexia shit. Like, fuck, I, like, need fucking eat. Because then, like, your brain isn't thinking, oh, am I being an asshole? I'm just like, I need my next meal. Yeah. Anyways, that's a nasty fungal infection on the skin, but not caused by actual worms. It's more like an itchy rash. Yeah. I try not to be angry. It just becomes addicting. Yeah. I think the reason I became so angry as a kid is because it was either that or crying, you know? And, like, if you a fat bitch in elementary school and you start crying, what the fuck is gonna happen? You're gonna get bullied. But, like, if you start being mad, you're probably still gonna get bullied. But I'd rather be mad and be bullied than start crying and get bullied. That just sucks. Because at least if you're mad, you can, like, fucking punch them. I've never punched somebody in my life, I'm not gonna lie. But, like, at least, like, anger kind of makes sense. Crying doesn't really make sense. So, like, it does make sense. Like, there's a reason why people cry. I'm not saying you shouldn't ever cry. But it makes sense why that was my default. Like, you have to be, basically, I'd be angry at school, and then I would go home and cry. Type B. That's kind of like, And I kind of got into that little routine, but I kind of broke out of that. Now I'm just like, I still try not to cry in public, but I also try not to be fucking super angry in public. Because that's something I learned once I got to high school. Which I know. Oh my god, girl. You have to, like, know that, yes, I'm fucking 20 and I'm fucking stupid. I fucking know this. I'm, like, literally, if you, like, put me next to, like, a breakfast biscuit, it would probably have a higher IQ than me. And more life experience. And it's a fucking biscuit. It's not even a real object. But, like, I don't care. It's my fucking stream. I'm gonna fucking talk, okay? But, why am I beating invisible comments in my own subconscious? Why is that in my psyche? I don't know. Okay, I'm just so aware that, like, everything I say is, like, so stupid. But, like, I can't, like, not listen to myself talk. Like, I just love to talk. Like, I love talking. It's the best thing ever. And I think that's why I would love to be a robot. Because I'm just like, ooh, if I was a robot, I'd be such a good robot. I'd be thinking of all the bullshit Like all the stupid bullshit. I would be the one probably to take over the world if I was a robot. No, I'd be like the sidekick maybe, not the one to take over the world. That's a little much. Do you ask yourself questions and answer them? No, because all the questions I ask myself, like, they're not ones to be answered, but sometimes I do. Like, sometimes I'll be like, why am I upset? Like, I'll literally ask myself, like, wait, why am I sad? Like, what is the actual logical reason behind why I'm feeling this? Not that, like, you have to think in, like, logistics, because, like, if you're sad about, like, your dog dying, and then you ask yourself, why am I sad? It's because your dog's fucking dead, and you don't want your dog to die. You would rather your dog be alive, duh. But, like, a lot of my emotions are not logical. They just kind of happen. So that's why I have to question my emotions, because sometimes they're just not valid. I'm probably crazy or something. There's probably something wrong with me. I don't know, guys. But I'm doing fine, so it doesn't really matter. I'm a little insufferable. Asking is okay, but answering them is a bad one. I know, but I'm not an expert, though. Really? Not really. I don't, like, constantly ask myself questions, because not everything needs an answer. Like, today I woke up, and I was kind of tired. I was feeling kind of anxious. And my first thought is, like, oh, well, why am I anxious? How do I fix it? But, like, it doesn't really matter why. You should just try to fix it. So I just was, like, just doing some, like, positive affirmations, all that, like, stupid shit. Probably, like, who gives a fuck? And then I was like, okay, I need to make sure I eat, all this bullshit. Just, like, trying to do the quick fixes. Because, like, it doesn't really matter why I'm feeling like something. Because there's probably no fucking reason. Sometimes I question myself, what the hell am I doing on Twitch? Yeah, I would too. Have you ever go to the, like, section of Twitch where they're, like, painting their boobs? Honestly, I'm gonna go there right now. But I'm not gonna show it because I'm on YouTube. So... oh my god, look at the thumbnail for this stream! What the fuck is this? Look at my face! I'm not gonna lie, I have such, like, a fat little face. Like, from the front. That's what's so funny about, I'm such a, like, not on some mean shit. But, like, on God, I have, like, such a fat little chubby face. Like, I'm just, like, not on some mean shit. Oh, oops. Sorry, I forgot, like, half my freaking things on my stream thing don't work right now because my Streamlabs, like, thing, like, stopped. You can change the miniature. Oh, I can change the thumbnail on Twitch. Stop. It's literally gonna be, like, my ass cheeks. Can I change it? Did you start the stream before setting up your stream starting? No, I did not do that. On God. Guys, I was literally filming a do my makeup with me before Twitch. Because, like, I'm trying to, like, get in the, like, I'm trying to make more, like, reels and annoying shit. So, like, I was like, okay, let me just do, like, a fucking makeup video. I don't fucking know. I don't do well in, like, short-term content. No, it's questionable. I'm actually pretty good at, like, mastering the brain rot template. Also, guys, I have to pee so bad. I'm sorry. I gotta go. I gotta go pee so bad. I'm so sorry, chat. Okay. I'm back, bitch. The fuck? I've just noticed the new chair. Guys, I could not do the old chair. Like, I literally think that was, like, an Illuminati, like, torture ritual, that chair. Like, if I don't become famous, like, I don't fucking know. Like, because that shit hurt my ass so bad. Like, I wish you guys were, like, I'm so sorry to, like, compare you to other communities. I wish you guys have a screenshot of that chair, because I don't even know where it is right now. Because, like, that chair was, like, the funniest bullshit ever. Like, you guys need to start in real-time history documenting the stream. Because what if I become the greatest streamer ever? And then you have all these horrible blackmailing screenshots of me. And then you could just blackmail me for all my riches. You ever think you could do that? I don't know. I think that's not gonna happen. But, yeah. I did get a new chair. Because that chair was fucking horrible. That chair was so bad. I'm just gonna give it like a flat chair, desk chair. No, it's way worse than these. Like a shit. Like, this is literally what my fucking chair looked like. This looks like a lawn chair. Like, this is the structure of my old chair. And I would edit in this for like 7 hours. Oh my god, what the... Would you guys smash or pass? Oh my gosh, she has such tiny ears. I have pretty tiny ears too. Actually, no, I got some big ass ears. She's got really small ears. Anyways, this is literally what my chair looked like. Except, like, no. This is what it looked like, but, like, shitty. This is what my chair looked like. And I would edit in this for, like, oh my gosh, like, sometimes I'd be sitting down for like 10 hours a day. It's bad. Like, how was I doing that? Like, how was I... Like, why? Like, I don't even know. There's something psychologically wrong with me. I just had enough yesterday. Like, I was just like, you know what? I do want to play Fortnite. But, like, I don't want my ass to feel like a fucking plank every time. Yeah, that chair would do me no favors. I literally feel so good in this chair. Like, this is probably not even that good of a chair. But, like, it's like when your old girlfriend was, like, really fugly and, like, mean. And, like, would, like, hit you. And then, like, your new girlfriend is just, like, average and, like, nice. And, like, came from a good family. That's how I would compare my chairs. Like... that chair was fucking ugly as shit. And that shit hurt so bad. But this chair is like... it's not that good. But it's nice enough. So that's my analogy. Sorry to use domestic abuse as my analogy. But, I mean... this is my stream. What did you guys expect? This ain't the late night show with Jimmy fucking Fallon or something. This is the late night show with fucking Krissee. This is gonna be some questionable things said. Also, there's a pimple on my nose and I see it coming in. How dare my skin. It's a pretty chair. No, this chair's not bad. I'll show you guys a picture of it because I'm too lazy to fucking, like, get off my ass. It's from Costco. I love Costco and I love the Costco guys. If you guys see my fucking YouTube video. Okay. Oh, what the? This is fugly. I got this one, but it's gray. And I got this one, but it's gray. Yeah, but I got the gray one. Because I was like, fucking black and blue? This is like the fucking color palette of a Monster High doll. I'm not gonna fucking sit in that. It's like gray is like bland and like this looks like the AI robot we saw earlier. It looks like its face. Like gray robot. Does the chair have any cool features? Venting, massaging? Wait, my chair? Are you asking someone in the chat? This is a basic ass chair. This shit was like a fucking $120. This shit... I bought the most cheap ass, dad ass chair of a solution to my problem. I'm the cheapest ass there ever was. But if somebody wants to sponsor me, I'll fucking do unspeakable things for a fucking good chair. Secret Labs, I'm coming for them. I'm gonna come for them. Okay? Wait. Fuck. I sound like the Twitch CEO right now. I don't mean it like that. I meant I'm coming coming for that collab. That's so bad. That's so fucking bad. 12 steps right now. I'm 12 steps ahead. 12 steps. Bro, you know Nikocato's fucking, like, knees don't even work? Like, his bones, he has, like, the same bone health as, like, a sickly Victorian child. He did the gritty in his TikToks and said he was sore the next day. How the fuck do you do a gritty and then the next day your bones and muscles are aching? Did he, like, sell his soul for weight loss or something? Because it's so unnormal. Not cheap ass before. This looks adequate. Thank you, Cyber. Keep trying to say your name's Cypher. I don't know why. There's something wrong with me. Krissee's literally roasting everyone tonight. Yeah. You guys, I'm gonna roast everybody. Too much soy milk, not enough cow milk. Oh my gosh. When I lived at my parents' house, they would always have almond milk. And I don't know why. Like, my parents were just, like, the weirdos that just, like, stopped drinking cow's milk in, like, 2010 and then just stuck with it. Is anybody else's parents like that? Like, they never switched back to regular milk. They, like, kept almond milk in the house. Like, my mom, she's not even vegan anymore, but she just, like, kept the almond milk. Why? Because there's not much of a difference. And one literally tastes like... It tastes like liquidized, like... I feel like I'm drinking silicone, but like a yummy, sweet silicone is how I feel when I drink almond milk. Maybe she likes to taste. If you get the sweetened one where it has all the added sugars, it's really good. But the plain one... That's how I would imagine it would taste to drink almonds, honestly. That's all I can say. So. I like almonds. It's not that I wouldn't fuck up an almond milk. Because I was used to it. You know? I was used to the almond milk. So I would drink it. But, like... I don't know. I need a 50-50 mixture of almond milk and Nesquik to drink that stuff. That's a concoction. I think that would, like, explode for some reason. Like, on some chemistry shit. As you see, I don't understand chemistry. I actually failed my community college chemistry class. Which is, like... Okay, to be fair, I was, like, wasting, like... 80 minutes every day having to drive there and back. Sometimes more, because I would drive really slow in the rain. Because, oh my god, I remember one day, this was the worst fucking thing ever. Why did I should have just never done college. Actually, no, because I should have tried it out to see if I wanted to, and I'm actually probably going to go back, but no, I definitely should have tried it. I just shouldn't have taken such a far class. So one night, I got fucking tuberculosis. I'm just kidding, I didn't get tuberculosis. I got, like, the flu, okay? I got the flu, and guess what? Guess what time of year it was? It was exam season! And guess what? I drove to class coughing, literally coughing up phlegm, and then I got to class, and I was like, Jesus Christ, our Savior. This was me in the bathroom before class. Please make it so I will stop coughing during this entire 1 to 2 hour exam while I do this really hard fucking chemistry that I have a C in this class. And I will... I don't know. I'll do anything. Do you want to know what happened? The whole fucking 15 minutes of the test, And this was during COVID time, too. Like, they were still, like, doing COVID tests. This was 2020, too. Or, like, yeah, it was 2022 August. They were still doing those, like, gay-ass COVID tests. I'm sorry. That shit was stupid. I'm sorry. Why do I have to take a COVID test for class? I can't even retake the exam if I have fucking COVID. Fuck you. Fuck you. That's the worst part about it. So I have to take this test to see if I have fucking COVID, and you're still gonna fail me. I'm giving everybody tuberculosis. I don't give a fuck. So I was coughing like so fucking deep. The biggest coughs of my life. Like the worst coughs I ever had in my life. I felt like I had fucking pneumonia. I felt like, oh my god. And I was just like, I had the mask on, right? Because I was sick, remember? And it's 2022. I'm just like, and then it's just like, the fuck, it's all in my mask. It's all in my mask. The fucking tuberculosis, like, whatever. It's all in my mask, and I can't stop coughing. I can barely breathe. Bro, I can barely fucking breathe. And it got so bad at one point, I was just like, I can't. Like, this is me in my head, like, while I'm fucking coughing and dying. Like, I'm like, I can't fucking do this. I can't fucking do this. I felt like I was lost in the wilderness and I had to drink my own piss to survive, but, like, instead I just took a rock and struck my head with it. Like, I couldn't take the fucking exam. And there was nothing I could do about it. Like, I had to go that day and try to take it, and that's why I went. Because I was like, okay, she's saying she's not going to have any other exam days. I have to go today, even though I'm fucking dying. And I tried, and I fucking left after 15 minutes because it was so bad. The coughing fit was so bad. I was so embarrassed. I literally had to run out. I literally ran outside the classroom, like, on some extra shit. I literally ran outside the classroom because I was so embarrassed. I just, like, could not stop coughing. And because I was fucking sick, I could not stop coughing. And I was just, like, I ran down the hallway because I was looking for water. That's another thing. I didn't know where my water was. Or, like, maybe I left my water in the car. Like, some bullshit. Like, I was looking. That's why I was down the hallway. I was looking for some water. I think I'd already left the class for water, actually. Sorry, my storytelling is shit. I just really don't remember this because I, like, blocked it out of my head. Or, like, I was like, well, who fucking cares? Fuck college. So, I went to go find the drinking fountain or some fucking water. That's why I was all the way in like, down the hall. And then the teacher, the poor lady. Her name was, like, Emma or something. Also, her nose was perfect. She had, like, the most perfect nose ever. If I was, like, a fucking nose job surgeon, I would take a picture of her nose and I'd be like, do you want this nose? Because her nose was perfect. But she's, like, peeked her head out the class. I could see her in the distance. And she's, like, worried. And she had a mask on because it was flu season. And she was, like, I could just see the worry in her eyes. She was, like, Krissee, are you okay? And honestly, I couldn't fucking hear her because she had a mask on. But I just assumed she was asking me. And I was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna go home. I'm kind of sick. Like a fucking idiot. And then she's like, okay, just stay there. I'll grab your stuff for you. This bitch she fucking knew I had COVID. But you know what? I didn't give a fuck. Because it's 2022. And, bitch, I don't want to fucking fail college. Because there's no day to retake the test, or else I would have fucking stayed home. So, yeah. And, you know what was so fun? The whole drive there, it was pouring rain and thundering. And when I got in that fucking car, it was raining cats and dogs. And there was thunder the whole time. And I was just like, holy shit. And the roads there, it's like country roads. I'm not talking about the fucking song. Like, no, like fucking annoying country, swervy, like if you're a drunk driver, you're gonna fucking hit a tree and die road. Like, just fucking, and it's just like fucking raining and raining. And I'm just like, the whole car ride. I don't even think I have water. It was so bad. It was honestly so bad. So, that class sucked. And you know what was so weird? My lab partner from that class, like, stalks my Instagram now. I don't think it's on some, like, weird shit. because he's like wife and kids. But I'm just like, I don't think it's on some weird shit. I think it's just on some nice shit. It's like, but I'm always like weirded out by like, I don't know, random men that I don't really know, but I know, but are weird that I don't know. Like, what? Can you just forget I existed? Because I don't know your intentions. He just wanted to be our lab partner? Definitely not. I was a fuck. I wish I got like some... I should have picked like the nerdiest looking person and just been like, hey, I love your fucking shoes. They're so fucking cool. Do you want to be lab partners, by the way? That's what I should have done. But I was too much of a pussy back then. I'm not gonna lie. I couldn't even eat like a high caloric meal without crying and thinking I was gonna get obese. Gosh. Let alone talk to somebody. That was another thing. I was just dealing with like image issues and I was just fucking weird. I was like a fucking weirdo. I was just like so scared about like becoming adult. I like got like a like a eating disorder of sorts, which is so weird because I'm such a fat ass. But yeah, it was weird. College really psyched me out, I'm not gonna lie. And another thing is like mommy and daddy weren't paying for college. I feel like that would have made college so much better if like mommy and daddy were paying. But like, cause just like, oh yeah, my mom and dad are paying for my tuition. Oh my gosh. And so like, what? Hey, you said ass. I'm sorry. He said something about a vending machine and I can't follow this. Why you even went? I went because if I didn't go, I would have no other chance to retake it, ever. So it was the final exam, which would pretty much make or break your grade, and I had a C in that class. And pretty much the whole class, I had to drive 80 minutes, and I actually was trying pretty hard in that class. I mean, I was kind of slacking off a bit in life, but I was trying as hard as I could. And, yeah, it wasn't something I got right away. I really did try my best, but I was dealing with a lot of shit at the time. That's definitely why I failed. It's a lot harder to, like, retain and focus for me when, like, at least back in the day. Now, yeah, now I'm still pretty bad at it. I'm just doing really good right now. But, like, just a lot of bullshit was happening in my life. I'm not gonna lie. And, like, that's not an excuse, but it's my excuse for why things happened. But I really did try my best with, like, the circumstances I was in. I don't want to get too much into it because, I mean, I told you guys a little bit of it, but that, honestly, that's just the tip of the iceberg. There was so much bullshit going on, and it's just, like, all, like, personal bullshit. That is just hard for me. So even if I went into it, it would just be, like, kind of like, really? That's why? But yeah. Commuting is rough. I had to drive 60 miles 4 times a day for 4 years. Oh my god, fuck that. I don't even know how much time 60 miles takes. Like an hour, maybe? If you're going 60 miles per hour. But that depends, because, like, was it all highway? That's not that bad. Oh, no, that's still bad. Yeah, about an hour, yeah, so mostly highway. That's still shit. Fuck that. Well, duh. If you go 60 miles per hour, it's 1 hour. But, like, half of college isn't even necessary with ChatGPT now. Oh my gosh. That's what I don't understand. Like, people don't even know how to, like, write anymore. Which is, I find that interesting, because I'm such a writer. Like, the only thing I understood in school was fucking English, bro. Like, I never understood math. But also, I really think that's because no one, like, the school system's kind of fucked, because no one really, like, it's like, oh, if you're behind, you just stay behind unless you get, held back. I definitely should have been held back at least once. You want people to be able to communicate naturally and know how to think.
critically. Yeah, I agree. I don't know. I don't really, I feel like ChatGPT is nice because I can just like I don't want to read all that. Like, I'm not going to read all that. Like with my job, like with responding to emails for like brand deals, like stupid bullshit like this, I'm not going to read that. But like, I feel like being able to write is a very good skill. Like, I journal every day. I try to at least follow some sort of proper English when I write. "50-minute drive." That's a long time. And like there and back 50 minutes? Ugh. Blech. No. And for 4 years? And I don't like driving. I think that's why I'm like, ew. Because I really hate driving. I fucking hate driving. Like, I still drive, of course. And it's not like I'm psyched out while driving. Because you have to drive if you fucking live in America. It's not like fucking the UK where you can just hop on a train. I'm just on a train. I'm just on the trolley. Like, no, I have to fucking drive my fucking truck to work. It's like America. It's like, why? I want to go on the train. I want to go on the train to work. Couldn't they find a better name for ChatGPT? Like, cut out the GPT thing or something. Well, it means, like, giant pussy type. Chat giant pussy type. Duh. It probably stands for something. I think it's, like, an acronym or, like, whatever the fuck it's called. What's it fucking called? That's definitely not what... I'm not using acronym, right? I know that. But it's, like... What does it stand for? What's that fucking called? 30 minutes is a sweet spot for computing. Or commuting? Why did I read computing? Ew. Guys, I'm illiterate. Help. Lock me up in illiterate jail. I'd rather pay $800 a semester for fuel than pay for housing. And an hour of your life. For 4 years. Every day. Generative pre-trained transform. Oh. That's not as nice, but it makes more sense. I mean, G for gun, what's PT? Well, not as bad as, which for a city, it's not pedestrian-friendly city, and also traffic and could blow your head off. Oh my god, what? People shoot people in traffic? That sounds like Texas. Or maybe LA. I don't even know if guns are allowed in LA. What do you think is closer to Gotham City, chat? LA or San Francisco? Modern day LA or modern day San Francisco? Which also, I just rewatched the Batman, like the second Batman movie with, wait. Why am I forgetting his name? Like the guy in American Psycho. I forgot the actor's name for some reason. But that one. The one with the American Psycho actor. I usually remember his name, but I can't fucking remember. No, not the Twilight dude, but I have seen that. Oh, Christian Bale, right? Christian Bale? Christian Bale. Christian Bale. Right, him. I watched that one with the Joker one, the second one, right? Bro, great movie. Like, of course, like, I don't know, it's just the acting was just good. Like, I don't know. The acting was fucking good. I don't know if I was just in the mood to watch a movie. Honestly, I wasn't. But the acting was fucking good. And the Joker was good, but... Oh, I also learned that guy killed himself after the movie. The Joker? That is so fucking sad. Like, that's so sad. Like, he became, like, I don't know. I mean, everybody has their own reasons for killing themselves. But, like, people, like, theorize it's because he got so crazy from the Joker, which is just, like, fucked if that's, like, actually what pulled him into the brinks of insanity. It was his like what he decided to do to get in character for the Joker. That's just sad. Like, nobody was like checking in on him or something.
Oopsie.
I hate fucking yawning. I look so fugly when I yawn. I don't think anybody looks good when they yawn. That's the movie I watched the most. I'd only seen that movie like one other time. Not gonna lie. Anyways, I think I'm gonna get going to bed, chat. I'm pretty fucking tired and I'm kind of hungry. I'm not gonna lie. And I have to edit. I have to edit today. I didn't edit. I mean, he's not going to be in a character for more than a few minutes before the cut. Sounds sus. I mean, the way he got into character was, like, really weird. He, like, isolated himself in a room alone for 12 days to get into the character. Like, you know the actors that, like, shape shift into their characters? He did, like, shit like that and then got, like, all crazy. So, I don't really know. But sad. Can't wait for Toy Story 4, actually. I don't know. Okay, chat. I'm gonna go going to bed. It was nice to stream for like 4 hours now. It just turned 4 hours. But, yeah, guys. I'm gonna go to sleep now. And I'm gonna edit and eat popcorn. Bye, chat.